What is happening? And welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I, of course, am one of your hosts around here, Sean the Right Way. And joining me, as always, rocking the Twinsies boys hat. We're talking about Brent from Brent's Bricks.
Hey, yo.
And tonight, kind of a fun one, Brent. We're going to sit here and try to figure out our most wanted dream themes. You know what I mean?
Themes that aren't dreams, if you know what I mean.
Not that kind of dreams.
Not that kind of dreams.
I was hesitant, but it rhymed with themes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go. We'll get into that and all the usual hijinks because we are a couple of brickheads.
Yeah.
Go. Pop your lattes. It is a couple of brickheads coming to you live this Thursday, February 13th, day before Valentine's Day. And I want the Girth gang to show up in the chat right now and tell me which one of you guys is going to attempt to give the lega to your girl one more time. Is it a first time? Let me know what the plans are if they involve the lega. If they don't, you know, like flower, you can tell me that too. But Brent, I'm going to turn it to you right off the rip.
Yeah.
What's your gift strat this year?
I got a couple things just to bounce off of what you just said. I mean, when it comes to giving the ladies Lego, I mean, Sean, if you think about it, when we first started talking about that, I mean, we pretty much were right on top of it. Like, I think right when the flowers even leaked.
Oh, the bouquet? We're like, it's
right when the bouquet came out.
Books,
and the real OG day, this might have been within the first like 20 episodes of this podcast, this stream, this thing we do here. But yeah, kudos to Sean though, because I mean he was pretty much right on. Like, okay, I see where I see what we can do here. We can two birds, one stone, buy Lego, good Valentine's Day gift. But you know, fast forward to now, and these botanical flowers and these plants and all these Lego flowers are like the hottest thing ever, and like more and more girls are into it. So I think now more than ever, I mean, we're getting to a point where it's so popular with the girls that we're getting into like a really good gift category, especially with that $100 bouquet that's just came out. I mean, that's a girthy flower set. That's something that, you know, the girls can get hyped on. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to where like, you know, my wife pretty much has almost all the plants because my wife is a avid plant flower, you know,
like a real life.
In real life, whatever you want. I always said plant collector. I don't know. I mean, you can try to collect plants.
Got a bit of a green thumb.
You got to keep them all alive if you want to keep them in your collection, I guess. But no, I think now more than ever is a great time to do the Lego flowers for the significant other for Valentine's Day, 100%. Now, if you're, I've never been involved in a situation on Valentine's Day where it's like a really new relationship. Usually it's like, you know, we're already in pretty far. So, I mean, depending on how new the relationship is, but if you're at least, you know, pretty comfortable.
Brent, what do you think about it as a way to reveal you're like a Lega guy? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's cool too. To be honest, man,
you're in 90 days. Hold on, Brent. Let me set the tapes. Maybe it's a summertime, it's hookups, things are happening, you know, like, and now you've got to your first V-Day together, right? I guess it depends on how long, right? Because if it's like a new, and she knows nothing about the Lega, the love for it that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Are you breaking out a little book? Now, the question, this is one of the big questions that always comes up. See, I think if they don't know you like Lego or you like it as much as we do, I think the move is like you build the book and give it to her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, if you've been dating for a minute and you know she's dabbled, she's humored you, she's
Yeah.
Built a small boy or chipped in on a girthy boy, whatever. She's got a little bit behind her. I think she'll want the sealed boy. What say you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think building it is definitely, if you're on the fence on, man, will this be a good idea or will it not be? I think building it
You can't get mad at that, even if you're a totally normie girl. Yeah.
No, because like girls like when you have like, put forth like a good amount of effort into a gift, no matter like how expensive or big or small
or stupid.
If it's right. But if it's like, it's flowers still, but it's flowers that you built, you made the, it's like dude, if you were an artist, if I was an artist that I could draw like really well, shout out to my sister, Bree Bowers, great artist. Follow her on IG. She does art for Jack Harlow. But if I was an artist, if I got some of that talent, if you spent like 4 or 5 hours on a beautiful art piece that was flowers and gave it to a girl for Valentine's Day, that's an amazing gift. You put forth effort into it. You know what I mean? So now, not to be slept on, girls still do like the real thing. So,
see, Amy says she just appreciates the planning. Pretty much like no matter what it is, she could tell you put, like you said, effort is planning. I think it's right. It's definitely not the last set of flowers that they have at the grocery.
100%. Yeah.
So, but by the way, still do that. Don't just do nothing.
Dude, I at some point tonight, I got to show off the gift that my wife already gave me, my Valentine's Day gift.
Really?
And it's dope, and it's Star Wars. Oof. And it's not Lego, but it's really cool. I'll have to grab that for weekly picks. But no, I got her something pretty solid. I mean, I've like I said, she pretty much has all the Lego flowers, and it's to the point where I just pick those up when I see them on clearance. You know what I mean? Like the last one I got for her was one of like the new like $30 ones, but they come in those like brick built pots that are really nice.
Yeah.
Saw it at Sammy's for 45, almost 50 off. And so I just pick those up for when I see them on clearance anyways. Yeah. She's pretty much got a backlog of all the plants. She's to the point where she's like, she'll see one that she doesn't really like. She'll be like, I don't really know if I need that one. But like the collector in me is like,
Pokemon. Yeah.
But you have every single one, so you should probably just get this one.
Jedi Master Headman says, tell her on the first date. Shout out to Jedi Master. Listen, if with a name like that, you're like, by the way, my handle online is Jedi Master Headman. So, and I collect Lego.
No, I think, and I saw a really cool reel that made me chuckle. But
Vanderberg's going hard, dude. Small bouquet of sunflowers, some Lego, and new diamond earrings.
Hey, if that's the wife, maybe.
Hey, Amy's right. You got to complete the wave, Brent. You know the rules.
Yeah, you got to complete the wave. Always. But no, it's like more or less now. It's 2025. It's like all the nerdy stuff. Like I saw an Instagram reel where a guy was saying this. He's like, I'm almost 30 years old and I was bullied for liking all the stuff that's cool now.
Yeah, people have been saying that for 15 years.
Well, I mean,
it's been fine to like Star Wars for a long time.
Right
now all the hotties are moving into the nerd stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of upsetting.
But like Lego and collecting Pokemon, and
they have no personality, so they're like, I have to attach myself to this. I'm serious, because like, what other thing can they attach themselves to if they're just like, there's not much going on? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean,
not to be judgy, but you see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, with Star Wars, like, I don't think I've ever been like,
Ryan knows what I mean.
I've never felt like uncomfortable to be like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but like,
Molly Cooler is a prime example of someone who just, leeches on. It's like, what do you do? They're like, I'm a big fan of the thing, and that's it. That's everything I am.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and hit some supers because we got some pouring. We got some pouring in.
There was a cool comment. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll hit it again. What was it? It was pretty funny.
But yeah.
Maybe it was just Vanderberg being rich. Maybe that was the last one I liked. It was good. Oh, Fabu's like this. Show her the whole collection, and he spelled it collection on D1.
I love collection.
He spelled it right. Perfect.
Speaking of great comments, I did see a couple people throw out some like dream themes that they wish would happen. Definitely,
we got to document those.
Keep those in mind. Throw them out again later in the chat when we get to that main topic. And also speaking of comments, I guess we can go ahead and hit some supers because we got some.
We got
pre-play supers.
We got pre-play supers. Let's get it going. We have got Muttley. I'm so far behind on my replay views, it's not funny. Have a great show, everyone. I'll catch up soon. Barge Boys. Well, Barge Boys for Muttley. Muttley, listen, man. You watch them whenever you want. They'll be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're there.
There's plenty of hours of us BSing at your disposal. Disposal, sir. Here's Barge Boys going out to Muttley 777, donating the 5-piece British pound sterling.
Jabba's got himself a sail barge filled with figs and Leia looking hot with a sexy dig. We all need Gertie said they get us hype, barge boys get us right. I used a board who didn't have a barge, but now I got one with a Jabba that's large. You take that mother effer and you saw that pit. Now take a look at the loader I get. Barge boys, no other since matter. Show me any set and bet. Barge boys is better. Barge boys all day, all night. Barge boys best setup of our lives. Yeah, all my sets matter. Show me any set and bet. Barge boys is better. Barge boys all day, all night. Barge boys best set of our lives. I won't fuck, yeah. Barge boys, no other sets matter. Show me any set and bet. Barge boys is better. Barge boys.
Brent, I don't know if I called this out before, but I like what he said. I don't even know if it was so much of a question, but a demand. You know, he's like, now take a look at the loner. That line is so stupid.
That one.
He's like, now take a look at the loner.
That one always gets me.
I forget it's there sometimes. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes I can pay attention. Sometimes I'm setting up the next thing.
I know.
All right, let me
no, man, we got a great catalog building. For
imagine if somebody said that to you, Brett. Now take a look.
I haven't laughed that hard in a minute.
All right, we got Patty throwing one from across the Atlantic accurately this time.
Padawan, what up, man?
5-piece of pounds. I promise I will represent and be up to catch the live soon. Dude, all good. You got to sleep, man. Sleep. I always say that. Yeah, just catch it on the reaps. Work is crazy right now. Love you guys. Brick World Chicago 25, dude. Yeah, we're going to get there soon. We actually have our countdown comment coming up soon from Ostiff.
Yeah.
I'll have the usual, please. And I believe we all know that is this one here.
Yeah. You can run even really fast. It won't matter when I roll up on your ass. I am metal. I've got my blasters. I'm a badass roly-poly robot disaster. Troika, Trade Federation pinball. Troika, I make all the Jedi pay. Yeah, I keep rolling, bitch.
Boom. Classic. Liam Brick the Bed comes in with the Australian fiver.
What up, Liam?
Can't wait to have a beer with you all at Brick World 26. Dude, tell me about it. I'm already looking forward to 26, Brent. The 25 is like rapidly approaching. And there's only one thing that'll make him feel better right now. You know, he's got a year plus to go. But I think anytime you get a chance to see this thing, it makes the world a better place, at least temporarily.
I want to see that. Lego bed. I want to see that. Lego bed. Looking good on that box art check. One more finger, boys need to inspect. Front's a heater, but the back could be a wreck. Turning it around and I mean no disrespect.
Look at the butt on that thing. All right, Sports Center update. Jennifer B, we'll just call her. You're familiar with her, Brent. Jennifer B.
Oh yeah, she in the chat.
She sent me a DM on Facebook letting me know that she just found out that Sean is actually short for Parmesan. So,
oh, a meme that
yeah,
says that.
yeah, meme. And I will watch the video if there's a video. No, it's just a post, just straight up. Somebody said, I just found out Sean is, I believe it's actually John, but for the Irish or something like that. I used to know what it meant, but thank you. I like Parmesan. I like that.
Parmesan.
Well, extra cheese, you know what I mean? Like that. Thank you, Jen, for sending that right here on a couple of brickheads. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Ostiff's Bricks with the 501 piece. 116. Take it, Brett. Sorry,
you're good. 116 days till the Monday landing. 120 days till the big day. We're almost sub 100. That's insane.
Ooh,
give me some Lego Karate Kid, please. Johnny rules. Yeah, Lego Karate Kid. I could see that. We'll keep that in mind as we get close to the main topic. Love you, boys. Now time to build. Yeah. How about time? Annie went Freako. Yeah.
I remember the time when Eddie went Freako. When he grew up fast and Batman was his Freako. Came out swinging his saber longer than a light pole. I remember. Yeah, I do. His midi-chlorian shot right through.
There he is. Brent goes Freako each and every week. And of course, Brick World Mark, a member now for 19. This is what gets crazy, Brett. 19 months.
19 months. Shout out to Mark,
numbers.
Man.
He says, let's get girthy. DJ's choice. So, Brent, I will send it to you. What would you like to play for Mark? Let's get
the. I'm feeling that wave, man. Let's do wave. We were talking about the whole botanical wave.
I know. I'm surprised it took this long.
Botanicals.
The botanicals. Here's the wave going out to Mark, which there's a couple Brick World shots in there. That's pretty
yeah.
Have you heard that there's all new sets? I got my wallet. Let's get wet. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Yeah, some of you boys get a set of two, that's the worst. I take them full price and build them on the first. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Cause I got the wave. I got that bitch.
I should have made that one like a full 3.5 minute song and put it on Spotify.
You should have put like a surfer like going down a huge wave and then like photoshopped a yellow Lego bag in his hand or something, just surfing down the wave. That'd be a little technical.
As soon as I get more skilled, I can do that.
Yeah, why don't you just like get
No, I'm learning some stuff. I might be able to. That's not that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Remember, AI is getting crazy. Pretty soon I'll be able to type in all my dreams.
Yeah.
Come true. Like shout out to Cody Rhodes on our thumbnail. I threw him on there, the wrestler.
Yeah. Shout out to Lana, man. She's my daughter. She's super into wrestling now.
Awesome.
She just went to Monday Night Raw, or I'm sorry, she just went to the Royal Rumble. Like she was there.
In Indy?
Yeah, she went there.
Damn.
It
was a big show.
Yeah, because her dad's a big fan, so that's kind of where she gets it. Jennifer's like a mild fan. Like she watched. I've never but hey, I will say this. Even though I've never really been to wrestling, but like Lana's been watching it when she's at our house and since it's on Netflix. And a couple of Monday Night Raws ago when Travis Scott showed up and they were playing Fiend and he walked out with Jey Uso.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I imagine, I didn't watch back in the day, but I imagine cameos like that happened often back in the day, like celebrity.
They're getting really high level though now. They used to get celebs that were 10 years removed from fame, but now they get the hottest people. And they all want to. A lot of them want to. I wouldn't be surprised if Travis gets in there and does something.
Oh well, they just all these streamers are getting out there now. I show Speed and shit.
Yeah, they're blowing up. So that's why I'm thinking
Yeah.
like this theme could be a thing for the first time ever.
Oh, dude, yeah,
It's at pretty peak popularity. I mean, you had the
Well-
late '90s run, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, the young kids are still into it now, so it's like they're the second wave, no pun intended, but like,
What'd
you know,
say? No.
but like, you know what I mean? Like, so you have, I think, you know, I feel, I mean, as a lifelong fan for wrestling, do you think, you know, they're doing better, you know, better or worse than they could do with the modern wrestling? Like, as opposed, because a lot of people like ride hard for like the golden age, like '90s and stuff, like '90s and early 2000s. But like, how do you feel like, you know, the modern day wrestling is? Like you think it's on the right direction in terms of being, you know, living up to the past, or what do you think?
Oh
What's your
yeah,
take?
no, I mean, no, in the metrics they're just
Because I don't know, because I didn't watch it back in the day. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's to me, there's been 3 big periods. You got the Hogan period, which is a lot of people call the golden era, golden age,
Yeah.
which was just like, you know, people, you, even if you don't know them, you know them. Hogan.
What about
Macho
Stone Cold? Was that like after?
that was the second boom, I would say, but the first one was like Hogan, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah.
$1 Million Man, Andre the Giant. Like that was like one solid era. Ric Flair, all that. And then the second boom was the
Rock,
Monday
Rock
Night
on the
Wars,
side.
which is The Rock, Stone Cold, NWO,
Yeah.
you know, Goldberg, that kind of stuff. And then now, I mean, the Cena era was okay, but it's nothing like what's happening now with basically what they did really well lately. I mean, we're kind of getting into like one of the topics, but what they've done really well lately is they have made the show the main guy, more than relying on having a main guy, if that makes sense. So now it's like there always is like maybe 1 or 2 definitive the man at all times, but it's interchangeable and it doesn't matter as much, because basically if they say like WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble's coming, you have no idea who even is going to be there, and the thing sells out. Like they're they're going because it's kind of like Super Bowl sell because it's Super Bowl regardless of who's in it. And so they've got like so much juice right now, they can kind of, I don't want to say throw out any old thing, because usually they'll get a big pop, and then to fill up the rest of the stadium, they need to have, you know, something on paper that people will be interested in, you know?
Well, as someone who like has never really cared about wrestling, like watching, you know, bits and pieces of it when, you know, when Lana's watching here, you know, it is, you know, Travis Scott walked out with Jey Uso, like his like intro music's kind of like cool. Like his intro music almost like reminds me of like a super chat song that like we would create here on the show or something. It's catchy, and I don't know. And like Pat McAfee's, you know, I like that the announcers are like in play. You know what I mean? That's kind of, I don't know if that's always
he wrestles
been a thing.
too. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I just think it's cool that like, you know, the wrestlers will literally like body slam someone on the freaking table that the announcers are at. Like, I'm sure that's always been a thing.
That's always been a thing, but yeah.
But
it's more, but he brings a lot to the show.
Yeah.
Here's your boy PNG.
Dude, PNG said overall, bring in more gaming IPs, Final Fantasy, Uncharted, Steampunk, etc. Hey, there's a lot of really cool games I would love to see to do more. And they've done they did like that new Horizon game. And then I guess
I still think that's an odd choice compared to everything else.
It is, because
must have been a good deal for the license, because it's like that was big. Don't get me wrong, but like there's about 9 million things I would have done before that.
Well, I think that game launched with the PS5, did it not?
I don't
maybe
know.
It was around a little bit after the PS5 came out or something like that.
Yeah.
It was closer to the PS5 hype.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a 4 game, but I don't know.
No.
Oh, it's PS5.
No, yeah.
Okay.
But
so anyhow, he'll take a random, Brent.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Let's do Rennie hype. Brickworld 25 hype. We're 120 days away.
Let's do it.
You put beers in your mouth at the Rennie. You can meet your future spouse at the Rennie. You can boy all night at the Rennie. Buy or set you like at the Rennie. It all goes down at the Rennie. If you stay another place, you offend me. The mother hotels at the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie is the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie.
Ostif, Brickworld Chicago 25. Let's effing go. Mac is in the building. 7 months riding that wave. We just hit wave. So shout out to Mac.
Yeah.
And then KO, his lordship, the first ever Chan member. Here's £5 for Brent to not knock over his background yet. The song will be random. Have you done it off air, Brent? Have you ever knocked that girl down back there?
No, but I'll tell you what, I do need to knock it all down and actually make a proper background, man. I'm like, it's my goal.
Guys, it's too legendary now. I don't know if you can.
It's my goal in 2025 to finally get this freaking Lego room set up and just get some shelves in here. Get shelves is like the main thing. Like once I get shelves, and then I just have to organize stuff and put some stuff back there. I want to do. And I was going to mention this earlier. Speaking of Wave, when you did play the Wave Super Chat song at the end, when you got the Dark Falcon, it gets me excited to pick that set up this year. I can't wait to get it for hopefully a solid, maybe not clearance, but good rollback deal. But a lot of people display the UCS Millennium Falcon just like propped up like front and center in their displays.
You can do that.
Yeah, I have it. I have it built and everything, but I think I want to display all three of like the play scale Falcons. Like I want to do the just like the Force Awakens Falcon or Last Jedi or whatever, Rise of Skywalker, the gray Falcon, the Kessel Run Falcon, the white one, and then the Dark Falcon. I want to like find a way to configure like the three of those in a cool way. But yeah, now the background's got to change.
That would be good. KO is asking for a random. Oh, did we just do that?
No, not his song.
We didn't do his song yet.
But P&G also wanted a random play. Let's do.
So we have a couple new ones. We got $1,000 Death Star. No Figgy, no buy.
I think we should do No Figgy, no buy. That was stuck in my head earlier. So,
all right.
I think we should.
This goes out to KO. You know the rules. No Figgy, no buy.
I remember when all the sets used to come with figures. Then one day dioramas were released and my figures went away. Oh. No figgy, no buy. No figgy, no buy. Oh, darling, Moses is a trash. No figgy, no buy. Yeah.
Man, that song makes me just wish we really didn't get that pod racing diorama, and we actually got like play scale pod racers with figs. But good thing I copped the 2013 one though last year. Brickworld.
Cop the real boy.
It's such a crispy box. I don't even want to crack it.
I know. You have to find like a fresh used boy. That way you can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm buying it again. See, that's the whole dilemma.
I know. Yeah.
But it's like, you have it. Just look at pictures. If you don't want to build.
Really? Yeah, I know.
That's lame. I don't know. I'm gonna start cracking some heaters here soon.
Well,
once I can unearth myself from my. By the way, I'm changing it, Brent. It's the front log now. It's no. I'm a backlog. Like I'm trying to figure out what my front log is.
Yeah, the front of your backlog. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I think too, like you finally are getting your room set up. For a long time, like you were, moving from California to a new house, then you had a tree fall on your house, so like you had a lot of like delays.
You have limited excuses.
I don't have any excuses because I've just been in this house.
You've been working like a maniac the last.
But shelving's gonna happen before the end of the year. But what I was getting at is when you at least have shelving and like spots to put built sets, it makes you more motivated to get into your backlog. But like when you're in a situation where like either you're moving or you just don't have like your current Lego room set up and like you just don't really have the space because there's just boxes and sets everywhere, it's like it's not very motivating to build.
This behind me, so I just got more shelves. than that. So this is
Yeah.
going to be like all the way down. So like these boxes definitely have to go.
Yeah.
But what you guys don't see there is it's actually like a white, which it matches ish, like entertainment console down there with like a big long top slab. And so what I'm thinking is it could definitely fit Mos Eisley, and I'm like, what else could it fit there? But then I'm like, now we're at eye reach level for kids, which I have a lock on this room.
Yeah.
But like, or I will. And so it's like, you know, I'm already tempting fate with all this stuff, but it's like, should I put an MBS that's like waist level for them? I don't know.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Scobos are just so big, man, you know?
Yeah.
So
No,
no.
I want to get, I mean, like, I have, you know, as much as I would love to take up the entire base, because I have like a basement that's like 60% finished, as much as I would love to, because I used to, when I first moved into this house, you remember when we're like, okay, when I first moved,
Yeah,
and I started doing,
where's the chalkboard?
That was okay. That's what I was getting at. That's
Okay.
in the rest of the basement. So like
Yeah.
the bigger part of the basement that effectively is like a living room, and then there's like a bar and stuff. That's on the other side of the wall there. So then this room right here is kind of like it's not a bedroom technically because it's in a basement.
It could be though. If you were like gonna rent it out, you could.
Right, but like technically, like when someone is appraised, this is a 3-bedroom house, even though because this one can't be counted because it just has like a little basement window and not a full window.
And no closet. I think it has to have it has a closet. You got
I got two closets
right.
stuffed with sets.
Really? Then they go to the window? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's a safety thing.
It seems like they changed the rule. Yeah, that's true. Safety thing.
But either way, like I feel like
it's cool if you're down there.
Yeah. But when it comes down to getting your Lego room set up, though, I feel like it's definitely good to at least have another space in the house where you can kind of store stuff. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to end up doing. Like I want to go through all of my backlog stuff and really try to sort out stuff that maybe I don't even want and I want to sell. And just so I can free up some space. I mean, some people get storage units. I mean, if it comes down to it, obviously, if your collection gets so big, you have to get a storage unit. But luckily enough, there's enough like space in this basement where, and I already do it. Like,
I just recommend keeping them off the floors in case you get a flood.
Right. And the other part, and the other parts of my basement where I have sets just chilling, they are on shelves. Like I have like my Razor Crest that I forget that I bought for that crazy cheap deal from Tyler's stream. I think you got one around the same time for like 400.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyhow, do we have one new one that just rolled in?
Yeah, we have one new one, and then we'll get into topics for the night. We've got
Nasenheimer.
3 months. He's asking for G-Dub or if it's already been done, Droidica. So we did do Droidica. We haven't heard the old G-Dub.
I haven't heard G-Dub.
All right, here we go. It's going out to Nasenheimer. Yeah.
It's May the 4th. I want those Star Wars sets. I want more sets than Django has fed. Oh, please put a GWP deep inside of me. Oh, please put a GWP
deep inside of me. All right. Well, Brett's got treats here.
Deep inside of me. Sorry. I was grabbing my weekly pickup box for later.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Everyone's going deep in the Girth Gang here. So
yeah.
And
shout out to Nasenheimer. I appreciate that you sent a song request and then a backup one in case we already did the one that you
it's very considerate.
Very nice. Very.
All right, Brent, we're gonna do a roll call here and we'll get into some tops. Here we go.
Girth Gang.
Girth. Sean, I don't know why I'm solo screen, but yeah. I'm just gonna go to some random ones that I'm scrolling. Oh, hey, my wife is in the chat. Shout out to the wife.
There you go, WCW.
Shout out to Eli. Sorry, I'm scrolling all the way back here. Yeah, my like mouse is like super messed up. Calvin, shout out to Calvin. Yeah, Rune's in the house. What up, Rune? Ostif Bricks, Shreddy. Bearded Brickman, channel member, special shout out.
Girth Gang.
Lightning Lord, another channel member, special shout out.
So damn girthy.
So damn girthy.
Girth Gang.
TFH Studios.
Girth.
Stickler Bricks, yeah. Cooper in the house. Get Cooped.
Hey,
What
Ryan-
up, Cooper?
Ryan says for
Hey, what
the
up, Ryan?
topic, he says Star Wars, but run competently. For teams we want.
Oh, what up, Ryan?
Girth.
Moments.
Oh, sorry. What up, Moments? Another Ryan in the chat, channel member as well. Shout out to Moments. Sorry, I'm scrolling in a different part of the chat than Sean. Oaktown, Amy, channel members. Special shout out to y'all. Good. Yeah. Mark, what up, Mark? Fabu Brick. Padawan in the house. Shout out to the pre-play gang, the current chat, the replay gang. Mac in the house.
Girth Gang.
What up, JD? Name always trips you up.
So damn girthy.
Shout out to KO. Anthony in the house. What up? Riley, channel member, special shout out. Floyd, another channel member.
I like a comment.
special
Anyone
shout
else at Walms tonight for the lady?
out. Walms. Going on a Walms run. Yeah.
That's funny.
Shout out to Charlie Bracebridge in the chat. Channel member. Special shout out. Timmy, another channel member. Special shout out. Yeah.
Girth Gang. That's
Yeah. Sorry, my mouse is like
so damn
not doing
See
okay.
if I can find a few here.
Girth.
Chess. What up, Chess?
Bearded in the building. Bearded
I think
Brickman.
I shouted him out already.
Rune is here. Dave GG. Dave, I don't know if I've seen you in a minute. What's going on, Dave?
What up, Dave?
Who's Dave? He's got a new avatar, I think.
Yeah.
Sam Russell is in the building. But yeah, guys.
Oh,
you know the
Lego
rules.
Tim-
Oh, Maul is
Sorry.
here.
Sorry, I just want to say because on Figonomics earlier this week, Timmy said something about how other people have been beating him to the first comment. So shout out to Lego Timmy for getting the first comment again.
No, he didn't. He lost. He still lost tonight.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he lost the title. The new champ is Riley. Riley's the new champ.
really? The first comment I see is
Yeah.
Lego Timmy. So well,
Give me the belt, it says. There you go.
give me the belt.
There you go. All right. What is that? Oh, I was hearing something in the background. All right, boys. We're gonna get into. By the way, we're gonna take a temporary pause on leaks and rumors because we don't know what the current rules are right now.
That is wild, man.
So I think it should be okay. But actually, truthfully, I scanned and I think we're pretty caught up. If there's something you guys want us to comment about, happy to. That's leaked and whatnot. We could do actually, Brent, I do want to do, let's see.
Yeah, it's like at this rate, if they're going to be cracking down on people doing leaks, like all we're going to be able to do for like news is just go to the Lego tab, go to the new Lego tab on lego.com and just see what pops up.
I do have sort of a fun one. We'll do this. It's kind of newsy here. So remember, Brent, they did the 80s nostalgia vote through Lego officially through the ideas program. Remember that? It was like, and the winner was Goonies. I think it was Goonies and Gremlins, I believe, won. Do you remember that?
Did they ever do sets for those?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they won, so they're coming whenever they come out, but they were voted the winners. Now there's another 90s vote on 90s nostalgia, and they have boiled it down, Brent, to the final 5, so everybody can vote.
I'm ready to hear these. Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Edward Scissorhands. So you haven't seen it?
No, I've seen it.
It's excellent.
It's pretty all right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the final set would be this big, but I mean, obviously, dude, heater figs first and foremost, dude. You get Edward and his couple different outfits. It looks great, but I'll be honest, man. Like, I'm way more into this I mean, I like the house too, but the figs would be absolute flames.
That hairpiece is wild.
Oh,
they would have to do like, I mean, honestly, they might even have to.
Edward gets a new headpiece. Did they put a Force Ghost up in here? Wow, dude! If Edward Scissorhands gets a Force Ghost before,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I've
Not
seen
a
it.
full Force Ghost, but
I've seen it once. It was a long time ago. So
I recommend a double watch, especially since you're older and wiser now. It's pretty good.
yeah.
I mean, I still think it's like definitely a weirdo movie, but it's good.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little director, little Tim B right here, little Burton.
Little Burton. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what else is on the list? Maybe it'll seem cooler than the rest, but this is not my favorite. Not my favorite one so far.
Now, I didn't watch this personally, but I understand it was big. But this is X-Files.
Okay. I never watched it either. I will say this that like I feel
Remember,
like
it was huge though. It was like the biggest show on earth for a few years.
yeah. Well, I feel like I would probably like it. My cousin actually
Pretty
like gave
sick,
me
actually this one.
yeah. My cousin gave me like her like complete like DVD set of it or whatever. But I still never got around to watching them.
Sorry, guys. I'm clicking on these, but it's going to another tab. So
Oh yeah, it's all good. No, but yeah, X-Files. I feel like I was a little too young, like at the time whenever it was like huge.
Yeah.
It was before or yeah, well, if it was 90s, I was definitely a little too young. I was gonna say Lost was like I feel like another one that was really big, but that was not till like the late 2000s.
Charlie,
Yeah.
I think was Alien versus Predator in the 90s because I think that would work, but Alien
Yeah.
and Predator were 80s. I think the original.
Well, I think
Not I think.
well
I
the
knew that.
original, but they've done so many. I feel like there was some in the 90s too.
There had
right?
to be, yeah.
Because there's like
Predator
5.
2 was definitely in the 90s. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to think about it.
Those minifigs would be crazy. And I'll tell you what, actually, and it's interesting also, like on Fortnite, when they come out with all these crazy skins and there's Lego versions of them, it's kind of wild to see because they did like an alien, or they did like a Predator skin on Fortnite, and you could just kind of click over to the Lego version and it shows obviously like what the Lego version could look like. So yeah, that minifig would go crazy. But yeah, X-Files is another one I haven't seen. So I don't have a whole lot to really say about it, but I feel like it is something that I would kind of like. This build looks awesome.
It is pretty awesome. You get the UFO there. That ship is badass.
That ship is really sick.
Kind of
Yeah,
give me Scythe vibes, Brent.
Yeah. I would say that I like this more than. Yeah, I definitely like this more than the Edward.
You hated
one.
Edward Scissorhands. I mean, that was crazy.
Well, I didn't hate it, but also
You really
like,
did. You hated that set. That's right.
Well, you didn't go through the pictures like you did with that one. So
no, I did, but I didn't know I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
All right. Here is probably my personal choice as far as the movie that I like the best, but here's Fifth Element, and let me switch screens.
Another thing I haven't seen, man.
Oh, dude, you would love it. Dude, do me a favor and watch this. It holds up really well. I want to say it was like 97, 98. Really, really great movie. Not just
this
for
build looks crazy.
I need to watch it again, but yeah, this is wild. Is this on a slideshow? I'm not even doing anything, but anyway. Here's
this build is nuts.
Okay. Oh, the little open boy here. Yeah, this is cool, man.
Dude, I gotta say though, if it's gonna be this scale, dude, that's $500 set.
No, this is all like.
Well, okay, maybe.
Well, I don't know, maybe
three, at least three, because that's almost like 2.5 modulars, like swinging open together.
If
like
they
that.
could get this taxi done somehow, though. That's in and of itself. Great fig lineup. I don't know. It's a little risque. Some of these outfits.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks amazing. It's
you're right. Yeah, it is pretty girthy. I thought it was all just forced perspective, but yeah, it is. I mean,
there's a lot there.
There's some interiors too. Yeah.
There's a lot there. That's like, because look at that right there. That's basically 3 modulars almost. All like not as a little more shallow.
Yeah.
But you got to think like
I'm with you on the 2 to 250 maybe. I mean, it's
at least 3. I think at least 3.
I don't know. It's if you look at it though. I don't know.
If it's 250, they'll make it smaller when they redesign it.
They could do this for like Twilight price. If you really look at it,
that's so much more Lego than the Twilight though. Think about how many pieces Twilight is.
I don't know, man, because this is. if you smashed it all together, I don't know, man. This is like
Think
it's
of,
remember
that's
it's
like two.
this is Dollhouse too, though.
Take
Too.
the I know, but like take the buildings on the far right and far left. Like those in and of themselves are like that's like $130 on the left, and then at least like 100-ish or more on the right.
I don't know.
And then take the middle part. I don't know, man. That's a lot of pieces.
I'm just saying it won't be made this big either way.
Well, yeah, especially if they're gonna hit the 200, 250 price, it'll be scaled down a bit.
Yeah. So that's
Really
my-
dope. I think this is the coolest one. Even though I have no idea what Fifth Element is, I think that's the coolest one.
It's friggin' awesome. Trust me. Trust.
I've seen a good amount of 90s movies. I was born in 94, but none of these I've seen yet, other than Edward Scissorhands. What's this?
Jumanji.
Oh, Jumanji. See, I haven't seen Jumanji either. This looks really interesting, though. How?
Oh, did it do it again? Damn it.
Yeah, but this looks really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Jumanji's cool.
Well, just the build and
I watched it at the time. I watched it later. Call me whatever you want. I've just never been a huge. I appreciate it, and you'd think I would love it, but I've never been a huge Jumanji guy. But as a set,
what does this thing do? This thing's wild. It's got dice and stuff.
Well, it's a real game. I mean,
right? I know the concept of the movie, but this thing's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's playable. I'm trying to figure out now.
I feel like
the house okay. That's sweet. Okay,
it all fits in.
It all fits. I like you. Okay,
I think this is the most likely one that they'll make.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
I think
it probably is.
I think this is the most likely one that they'll
now,
make.
That's definitely a micro, right? That's not a mini fig scale.
There was minifigs in it. Those buildings.
No, but I'm saying this build. I guess you could get some people in there.
No, but there's like shots of like the figures.
Oh, were they inside? My bad.
I think so. Keep going.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're posted up. It's a little small compared to
junior suite,
Yeah, but it's like
All right, I'm in. I love it.
I think that's the most likely one that they'll make so far because I feel like Jumanji is like known enough. I mean, the other stuff's well known too.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's been 2 recent sequels. I mean, so.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they would make
reboots, whatever.
Yeah, because if it did well, I could see them doing something based off of like the new one. Because doesn't the newer one have like The Rock and Kevin Hart and shit in there?
Yeah, Jack Black and all that.
Yeah, it's super.
And then the last one, which people in the gang have already been calling out for. Again, I wasn't a fan of this, but I recognize it was massive at the time.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Still didn't see it. Dang, man. I'm like,
there's a lot that I didn't know.
I've seen a lot of 90s movies, but I mean, I don't know. There's a lot out there, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good movies.
This was big, 90s. And then I think it got like in the movie was like decently big, But
yeah,
dude, when this hit TV, there was a TV series. I want to say it was it CW, something like that. This was big.
Yeah.
Brent, believe it or not, I mean, similar to you, even though I've got age on you, this was like, I'm in my whatever 8, 9, 10s through teens in the 90s. So this should all really appeal to me. But
yeah,
honestly, man, like straight up, there's not one of these where I'm like, just, oh my God,
Yeah.
They're all, and I'm wondering if it's speaking to like they've already covered maybe whatever I'd been into, or just like all the major heaters, and they're starting to get through a little bit of a second tier kind of situation here.
Yeah.
WB, that's right. WB. Sorry, thank you. I knew it was one of those fledgling networks. Sean Network movie. I don't know, guys. Like, what do you think? I mean, I think out of everything here, I don't have a deep connection with most of it. I like the Scissorhand figs, and then if I had to pick a winner, and I like.
Can we show Scissorhands one more time?
Yeah, I like Fifth Element a lot, but like I like the movie. I don't know that I love the set. I mean, it's cool, but I would not spend any just the movie doesn't mean that much to me. The figs, I don't think they'll ever. Well, they won't make the figures that were in there. Some of them, she's wearing next to nothing in there.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
yeah, I think Jumanji is definitely like
Jumanji is like the most. Okay, I could see that being a Lego set. Like I love that they really went for it on Fifth Element. Like it's fire, but I just don't think it's likely. X-Files is pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, let the gang tell me, like, what do you think will get the most votes? Just like taking the quality of the set out of it. I'm trying to think of like flat out what's the most popular thing in here, and I'd almost have to say Jumanji just because of like they feel all around the same amount of bigness, but it does have that Jumanji recency bias going.
Yeah. I would say Jumanji. I mean, there's a lot of people that
You
like
want to see
Everett.
Scissorhands again? There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's.
It just looks like a.
I didn't see
castle
the
built.
other figs, but you said the other figs were fire in there too.
Well, the two Scissorhands are. I like the.
Oh, they give you two different Edward scissors. Not that
Yeah,
like
the other two were. It's all right. The other two were. I mean, the other one. I shouldn't say they were all fire. They're not all fire, but like
this build looks pretty sick though. Yeah. Obviously, they just put scissors in his hands, but like I could see them making like a different piece that would go in there.
Mm.
That's funny that he's just holding scissors though. That's cool. I think this is I mean, I like honestly, like I think this or Jumanji would be the most because this one, there's no way they'd actually make a Force Ghost fig. But imagine if they did, if they were like Force Ghost fig for Edward Scissorhands, no Star Wars. But no, I think this is.
Oh,
cool
you must
too
have been confused. I'm like, there's Tim Burton. Like,
yeah. Oh, and they actually give you Tim Burton. Not that they would actually do that in the real one. We don't know exactly if the figs would be fig for fig in the real thing. Man, that's sick. Yeah. So, yeah, like I think this one or Jumanji.
it's very good, you know.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say
I would
was
almost do the normie house that's in it before I'd do this one.
Yeah.
But
Well, this could also double as like a Halloween.
That's what I'm saying. I think
type of thing.
I think this was
kind of
smart
like
by
how
the designer.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, how Home Alone has like staying power because I think obviously that's the reason why
city
well, that's the reason why they haven't retired it because I feel like every year towards Christmas, Home Alone probably sells a lot of units. Which, speaking of, I need to buy one of those units this year before it's gone. Also,
I didn't think it was the rock version of Jumanji. Let me look at it again.
No, it can't be.
It's not. No, it's 95. It says.
Yeah, well, because it's 90s theme. Yeah,
that's true too. And also, I already saw the Robin Williams and all that. So
yeah,
I would prefer this over the rock one. I think other people would too.
Well, I think you always got to start with the OG. Sometimes they don't always, but so no, yeah,
that's right. C. Morris, that's not a Force Ghost. Sorry, I know it's like a spooky movie. That's right. He does. Yeah, Brent. He makes a nice sculpture like very quickly with his scissor. He's like,
that's right. I kind of remember that.
And he does haircut. He does haircuts, and then he also like trims the hedges. I haven't seen it in probably 20 years, but I remember.
Me either. I mean, like
I remember like it made me uncomfortable, and I like movies that I like weirdo movies, and I was like, that movie's weird as shit. I don't really understand it.
Like Donnie Darko.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Lego Flubber.
Dude, Lego Flubber. Dude, they kind of have like the Z-Blob piece. The Z-Blob in Dreams? That's like a Flubber piece almost. You could use that in a mock if you were making Flubber, honestly.
Here's a fun fact. I've never seen that movie, and I used to work at Disney, and I'd have to like talk about that movie. So it was like part of the pre-show.
I forgot that was even Disney, Flubber.
Yeah, it was like Touchstone, which was like a subdivision. I saw the promo for that. That's probably why I never saw it, because I mean I saw the commercial for it when you work somewhere. It was just like playing on loop.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to do my big spiel before you work different positions, and like this was like on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyways, I'm like, and Robin Williams and Flubber,
Yeah.
So I was like, this looks like the most unfunny. I was like freshly 18, 19, where it's like, that's kiddie, man. Like, there's that era where you think you don't like anything that's perceived kiddie.
Right.
I'm sure it's a fine film. The Flubs. Yeah. Maybe
I forgot it was even Disney.
If you guys all say it's good, I wouldn't mind. I probably should sit down and watch it with the kiddos at some point. I'm sure it's pretty.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it, honestly. I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
Set or two. I know, man. We need more Incredibles. I got in like, dude. I got in.
Yeah, man. They should do more Incredibles
on some heaters, dude.
I just want to. I mean, I have a Frozone fig, but like, I don't know.
Lego
Make
Mrs.
another one.
Doubtfire. Ostif would D1B that. I know he would. I know he would.
Oh yeah.
The original Flubber. Yeah. Mark, did you see the reboot? I don't know. It looks. It's
Wait,
like
there's more than
It
one.
was like it was in that era when it came out with like Doctor Doolittle, like all these reboots, and I was just
Okay,
like,
so the Robin Williams one is a reboot. Is that what we're talking about here?
Mark just said you got to watch the original. I don't even know if I knew there was one.
That's what I'm saying. When was the original?
I just want a dedicated train theme. Yeah, you and me both. Eli.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, he was in college. Like he didn't have time for that, you know. So 97, Mark, is that when you were? You have to answer that.
When did the OG?
Original
OG is black and white.
Yeah,
What?
Tyler wouldn't even watch that.
Yeah, Tyler barely watches anything in the '90s at all.
All right, let's get into
Shout out to Tyler, man. I don't even think he's been on the show this year yet.
Tyler. He's been
Yeah.
on times, or at least
This
once.
year?
Yeah.
Maybe it had to have
He
been
was
like
on a
early
few.
January.
He was on when we did like
Had to have been early. Had to have been early January.
He did a tier thing with us. Oh, it was when we closed out 2024 Lego Star Wars. He'll be on.
Oh yeah.
He'll be on again. He's doing stuff, you know. Shout out to Tyler if you're out there listening. I was texting with him this week. He's doing good. All right. So, Brent, we talked about it briefly. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
These are themes Lego should make. You know what I mean?
Shout out to TJ.
We demand that they make them.
Yeah.
Oh, Tej is in the building?
Shout out to TJ, member for 19 months.
Jesus. It's tremendous.
Big shouts to Tej. I'm excited to see Tej next year this year, Brickworld.
That's right. He couldn't make it. He wasn't feeling.
Well, he made it and had to bounce. Yeah.
That's right. He wasn't feeling too hot. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Tej, we'll see you there, dude, in a few months, dude. Absent-minded Professor is what the original was called. That's right.
Yeah,
Lego
well,
Kindergarten Cop. Let's go.
ooh, they could do like, speaking of 90s. Well, I don't know if this was 90s. Might have been early 2000s. Can you imagine if they did Lego Barney?
Yes, I can, and I've seen things like it, and I would not be interested. For me, you know,
Big Fig Barney?
I don't know.
Big Fig Barney? No, I don't know.
All right, Brent. So it's fun to dream, and at the end of this, I want people to tell us, you know, what's like the most likely from the list. We'll start on WWE, right? So this was kind of like I've always kind of talked about it, and I've always been like, you know, it's possible, and I know it's been done before, Brent. I hope this stays in the same damn browser, and it doesn't. Mother. Does somebody know a shortcut to keep me on the same thing to where I don't have to change? Please let me know. Does anybody know how I can not have a tab open and I could just stay on the same thing? That would be great. This is a really bad example. But anyway.
Like a little small fig
So
pack.
Brent, in 2013, 2014, this company called C3 Construction.
C3 Construction. Look at the head on that thing.
It's the figs are pitiful, but it's enough for you to go, okay, all right. They came out with a WWE line of figures, and actually, let me. So we know, you know, we know that you know, they would consider it.
Yeah.
They being WWE, because they already went all the way. But let me pull up one that I think everyone would sort of expect, right? So here is a ring version, which I think, right, Brent, if you were in charge of this is one of the
Oh yeah, you gotta have this, yeah. Because then it you know, you can then recreate like a Royal Rumble as you buy more figs, and then this is the thing you would put them all with. Yeah. No, that would.
This is a staple of any wrestling, you know, figure collector.
Yeah.
You get the figures. You know, the figures are sold singles, tag teams, multi-packs, special editions. You know, whatever tag teams. I think I already said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to get a ring to put them in. And usually, this is where it gets interesting, and this is why it would totally work. I think is. You could sell the figures in blind bags, which these guys did, but then of course you will paywall either some of the more popular guys or an outfit, and that's where it gets interesting. The skins, we'll call it, Brent. In wrestling, I mean, there are some dudes who pretty much wear the same thing every show, but then a lot of them will change it up either week to week or for a pay-per-view. You know, it's the same general outfit, but it'll be like a different colorway, things like that. So like the collectability on this is like completely, God, this is making me vomit just looking at it. The collectability is off the charts. And so like in this particular example here,
the ref,
this is probably the only way to get a ref, an awful looking ref. This John Cena in this outfit, I'm guessing. And then the Miz in this outfit is probably the way to get that. So from a collectability standpoint, it's definitely there. I guess my issue with wrestling is like, dude, you got to really like come with it with the figgies, you know, because it's like that's 90% of wrestling. I think collecting is getting the figures, and then there's the ring.
Oh yeah.
But here's where I think Lego could do a lot better than, shout out to C3 and all that stuff, but there's some stuff that they could do a lot better, and that's kind of their maybe we'll call it fantasy sort of sets. Like here, like this is a good example, right? Let me pull it up.
So you really think they would do like a CMF line alongside of sets to get all the figs?
I think they'd have to. And again, I would not put all the heaters in the CMF, but I would put like some heaters, kind of how they do now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, look, there's guys that are not going to be set sellers, and you need some average dudes for people just to beat up on, you know what I mean? So
right.
But this is why I used to just stop myself when I would say like they should do a wrestling theme, because but then I would go, well, all you have is the wrestlers and then the ring in the arena. Maybe you could do a backstage thing, but then I was like, no, think about like how Lego would do it. So this guy, Randy Orton, he's known as the Viper. And they're doing stuff like this where they take it that extra step with a fantasy element. So since he's the Viper, they decided to make this a Viper pit, which has never been a thing in actual wrestling.
Oh, okay.
But they're taking his character and they've made like a build out of part of his persona. And this is it. And this is where I think like Lego, I'll give you an example. Like you could take, and by the way, I don't think it has to be this on the nose. I think if it's a really popular guy like Cody Rhodes is now, you could just do like a really badass car, you know, with some kind of play feature on it, and you'd be fine. Basically, like kind of, and they could get whimsical, they could get wacky creative with it. Like this is where I think it's cool, is like, because it's kind of limited in a way, I would love to see them flex their creative muscles and be like, okay, you got to make an extra set for this guy because he's so popular. And the thing about him is he's a Viper, for example. And it's like, I'm just saying, if you turn loose like the Dreams guys on something like this, it would be crazy.
Well, okay, so like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't like Randy Savage wear like really bright, like neon colors, like green and pink or something crazy?
Yeah,
what was his color scheme? Imagine them.
Well, he wore a lot of different things, but the most known one was he wore like pink tights, which for they were like orangish pink, but he wore these big robes and the glasses and stuff. But he was very flamboyant. He actually started as a bad guy, and a good way to get people to boo you, especially in the 80s, is to wear colors that were perceived as not manly. Let's say it was just a good, easy way to get boos.
Yeah. Well, imagine them making like a Randy Savage vehicle, but it was just all of his like outfit colors, like with the bright pink and stuff. You know what I mean? Like a themed out vehicle. Or I don't know. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I guess Hulk Hogan is like McDonald's colors, kind of. So I don't know, but I don't know.
What did WWE series do well? Is it too niche? So WWE just got $5 billion.
Yeah, I don't think it's
from
too niche.
Netflix. I think WWE is as big as, you know, almost anything out there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as fandoms, like, I'm not gonna say it's Star Wars, I'm not gonna say it's Pokemon, but it's like, if there's tiers, this is tier 2 for sure. It's wrestling is massive right now. Even if I get that people aren't into it, I'm barely watching anymore. I used to be really diehard, but it is big now. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I was
here's
I
how
was
I know it's
surprised. I
big,
was
Brent. You just
surprised
see
how
people
big
wearing it
is.
around the mall and stuff, Brent. That's
Yeah.
how you know it's big.
Well, I was very surprised, come to find out that like, my stepdaughter who's 9 is really into it, and her dad who's obviously like, and is we're all most of us are all in our 30s, but like to see like older fans that are into it now along with the young fans, it's like that's when I feel like you're doing something right, when like the fans of the old OG stuff are still vibing with the new stuff, and then the young kids are vibing with the new stuff also.
So, and by the way, this isn't to dunk on C3. They were actually on the right track. That's what I'm saying. They've kind of written the playbook. I just know there's probably more talent, resources, whatever there. This is a really great example of something that if these guys aren't around anymore, and shout out to Bray Wyatt, he passed away, unfortunately, but like actually 2 of the 3 guys, geez Louise. Luke Harper, shout out. But anyway, these guys are the Wyatt family. They're just kind of like this creepy family from the swamps, and they had some supernatural stuff going on and whatever. But this is on the nose of what I would like to see. Like, I kind of actually want this set, if I'm being honest. The figs are so putrid. But like, I love this set. And I think like if they took this kind of creativity, and like this set's interesting because it's always like what they would show like on his promo videos and stuff. But obviously, this isn't something they bring to the arena or anything, but like this looks like where these guys are from. And I could totally see them getting in there and doing, something like this for whomever, and just letting their imaginations like run wild. There would be a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want, that I'd probably just want to cherry pick the figs from. And again, there's a couple of the main guys, Bray Wyatt, the guy in the middle with the lantern. I'm going to save everybody the trouble. I've looked through, and this version of him is paywalled behind this little set, for example. So Brent, you're already seeing like, you could get Cena in this outfit or whatever. Roman Reigns, right? He's big right now. You could get him without his shirt, but then he's got his shirt, and then he's got his red shoes on, and then the other one he doesn't have the red. Like there's enough there where it's kind of like Star Wars figs, where they're wearing enough different outfits, so you're gonna be able to pump out dudes all you want.
No, I think it's dope. They're I guess like the whole like CMF line also along with sets.
I'll show you that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it makes a little bit more sense when I think about it a little more like this a CMF line along with sets, because they only made one Dungeons and Dragons set, but they made the D&D CMF figs also like at the same time. So plus like that would be a really fun, because I mean like you said, it's really all about the figs. So like that is like a pretty cool and like fun way to like get all the figs, especially if you're buying the main ring and everything.
Some of these are awesome. I mean, most of them.
I can hear Tyler right now. To be honest, Sean, like honestly, I gotta be frank. I'm gonna be out in about 30 more seconds if I have to look at these for any longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna vomit. But here you go. Like, I don't know what these cost back in the day. I'm gonna imagine probably like $3. But Brent, you can already see this now. Imagine these with Lego and done better, obviously. And in this, it's like, okay, you've got 2 Cenas. Now these ones are in red, so I'm gonna imagine they're probably a little bit chasey, a little bit harder to get. And I'm already seeing some stuff here. Like, here's The Rock, but he's wearing like workout gear instead of his ring gear. So I bet the actual in-ring Rock in his trunks is probably in another set.
Yeah,
they've got a legend in here. They got a couple legends that were like retired. Everybody knows The Undertaker, but The Undertaker is another great example. He's had probably 5-10 super iconic outfits. So I mean, you could do a CMF on just The Undertaker or just John Cena. Not that they'll do that.
Yeah,
but the point is, like, the DNA is there. You know what I mean? It's been done, admittedly, probably badly, but it was like they did exactly what Lego would or should do with this. Which is why I brought it up.
Now, before we move on to the, anything else,
we're doing wrestling for like 7. No, I'm kidding.
No, we can keep doing wrestling.
It's fine.
Basically, I just want to touch on this before we move away from it. But do you think that there is any kind of weird legal ties, kind of like for the same reason that they say they can't do Star Wars CMFs. Do you think there is some weird thing to where Lego couldn't do it because of all the wrestling action figures that are out there that are made by these other toy companies? Do you think there's any legal complications there?
I would say there is, except this came out, so I don't know if in like the renewal with Mattel, who makes them currently, I don't know if in the renewal they barred anything like this from happening, but this definitely came out during the Mattel WWE like mainline figures era. And so this is another kind of great idea here. Like, okay, now you've got these guys with like a little tiny build, and then they come with stuff that you could put around your arena, right? Things that even you're familiar with, Brent. Like, like the ladders, the breakable table, and then it comes with, this figure was not in the CMF, so if you want this, you got to buy this in here, So again, I get that it doesn't appeal to everybody, but there's just so much you could do. And then I will say this, because I'm getting tired of looking at how bad these figures are. I think in addition to in the arena, Brent, you get all that, the backstage, the chairs, the ladders, we all get that. Let's get into like the etc. kind of stuff, right? Like Star Wars does. Like, okay, well, what else can they do?
Right.
For like large scale, whatever, just alternate stuff. Championship belts like on Lego art. Now doing
they could just do a buildable actual belt.
It'd be hard. They'd have to do a cloth piece, but I mean, belts are in play, right? Belts, people collect belts. Just some people just literally just collect the belts. So you could do something there. I don't feel as strongly about that as I do masks. Now we've talked about your friend, Kane. your buddy collects Kane
masks.
There's Sting. You could even dudes with face paint. You could do the mask of Ultimate Warrior would be crazy. Rey Mysterio would be an instant, like that would definitely happen. But you could do the masks as just like little side projects as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do.
Go
ahead.
I was just saying another cool kind of. This doesn't really this is more of like a Nintendo thing, but if they ever made like an N64, like it'd be cool. They could include it in the set, or even like, I don't know, if they did make an N64, it'd be cool if like you could, I don't know, they could throw it in as a G-dub or whatever. But like for some reason, like I didn't grow up watching wrestling, but I have like a nostalgic memory of like going to my grandma's house who had an N64, and like the wrestling game was always one of the games just in the collection on that thing. I forget which wrestling game was kind of bigger with that, but it'd be cool to see like a cartridge of one of the old wrestling games, like an N64 cartridge that would go in the N64. They got to make the N64 at some point.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess it couldn't be in ideas because they're already doing stuff with Nintendo. Like, I'm surprised an N64 thing hasn't been, lumped into like 90s themed stuff that we could get anyhow.
And then very, very last thing, and we'll move on. But you guys know, so I'm just thinking about like, it is pretty limiting because at the end of the day, it's dudes in a ring, and those are like your major play sets. But they could get, like I said, really creative. Like a lot of them have their own tour buses that they travel in, so you could make the tour bus of somebody if you want to, like a girthy vehicle thing. Tangible. It's not like super fantasy and a stretch like a viper mouth. I mean, there's enough real stuff where they don't have to go. Even though the whole sport is fantasy, they don't have to go like that far. But I will say there was an idea set. I think it had a little bit of legs. Now this is the golden era, and you remember how awful those figures look like. And I know you recognize at least a few of these guys, Brent. But look how much better they are in Lego form. Obviously, we're more comfortable with this medium,
right?
But like, there's Undertaker looking great. There's Ric Flair. They've got this. They got a little bit of a backstage with an interview podium back here. That's so sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's Macho Man. Everybody knows Macho Man. Here's the Hogan.
Coffee in the big time.
I mean, you could do 100 different Hogans if you want. You could do $1 Million Man, which would just be insane. Jake the Snake with a little python. Or
now is
Ultimate Warrior wore something different every week. You could just print money with Ultimate Warrior minifigures. It would be bonkers.
That guy. See, I know this guy. That's the guy.
He was the interviewer. Yeah,
that's the guy that's always interviewing people.
But Macho, I mean, just Macho again. He had millions of outfits, and they're very toyetic, obviously. I mean, so
I love that the Ric Flair has like the woo face.
what did you have to get? 10,000 votes, huh? You got the 6,500. He was close.
Dang.
Well, not super close, but you know, people were interested. Yeah, Bret Hart is fire right there. The pink and black.
I'm surprised that didn't get more votes, man. I really am.
Yeah. So, anyway, everybody's like, shout out to Mean Gene. Does $1 Million Man know FPJ? Speaking of FPJ, look, I'm wearing it today. FPJ.
Hey, that's a nice one.
All right, Brent. Now it's your time to shine, and I'm going to go in the bathroom. I want you to introduce. We're going to go up next. Lego Pokemon, which
now
we don't know anything, but rumors are swirling. Like, could we finally see? Now, there's a lot to talk about, Brent, because obviously we have Mega, and we've said it on this broadcast. I mean, you've gone beyond temptation. Like, you're actually buying some of it because Lego's not. So I'm wondering what would happen. Let's intro Lego Pokemon. You heard my pitch to the board. Why do you think Lego Pokemon would work?
Lego Pokemon would work because anything Pokemon works. Especially right now. There's a humongous Pokemon boom. I mean, you can't find the cards anywhere. But even beyond that, I mean, like Pokemon, there are so many collectors of so many different Pokemon things, whether it's pops, plushies, the figures. I mean, there's so much Pokemon just merchandise out there, and it all sells. I mean, I've never ever in my life seen a Pokemon thing on clearance. Now, I mean, sure, maybe I've looked over, some random toy, some random cheap figure or something like that, but most of the time Pokemon merch is insanely popular. And I don't know, do we want to even really discuss what stuff Mega has done? Because unlike some of these, unlike wrestling, like other than that, like, that random company that did some of those, sets that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Mega's been killing the game with Pokemon. So I think one thing that is to kind of be touched on is like, there's another company that's been making heaters of Pokemon too. And it's like for this, and like for instance, this is an incredible Pokemon set. It's the Pokedex. It's OG. I mean, Ash has this in the very early, the very first episode. It's iconic. It's, very like to scale with what it is in real life. I mean, this thing is now.
This is interesting, real quick, Brent. Because
but it's like, what does Lego do? Do they also make a lot of these sets that have already kind of been done? Like,
so this is where I'm torn, because it's like, dude, they have done such an awesome, like, this is the only, and I'm not
that
even
Eevee's pretty nice too.
But I want these. Like, I want this stadium. There's stuff that I want just because it's so iconic. And again, I'm not into it.
The Ash,
the
buildable Ash and Pikachu. Shout out to Ryan. He did a review on that actually on his channel. If you guys want to see a really good in-depth look at that, this thing is
we still
amazing.
On it? Okay, we are.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, dude, this thing is awesome.
$130.
Watch Ryan's review. It comes with several different like printed like pieces to change the facial expressions on both characters. Yeah, this thing is super awesome. Again, and there's like, it's very posable. But yeah, like again, definitely check out Ryan's review. He covers it really well. This thing is really cool.
So to me, it's like, are we sure we'd want Brent Lego?
I know, it's really good.
I don't know that they're going to do it this well, and they're not going to do it at this price, because you just called out Eevee here. 11-inch tall Eeves, right? And
it's like a UCS style.
Shout out to this, because I have both this and the Pikachu Switch factory sealed, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Retire with those at some point. I think they're like 500 each, but I'm waiting. No, actually, they're up there. I think they're like 7 or 8. Anyway,
Nice.
Yeah, 11-inch tall EV jumbo toy, right? And like, I don't know how much. How much is this? It doesn't say.
Doesn't have a price.
The point is, like, how do you improve on this other than making it Lego? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's pretty fire what they're doing, which also begs the question: like, are people normies that are Pokemon fans? Are they that snobbish to be like, I'm not buying it because it's not Lego? Because I don't think so. I think the
No,
average Joe
man.
sees this and they're either into it or they're not.
Yeah.
Or they're
Yeah.
purists and they just want to buy like vinyl, you know, like normie.
Well, I
non-
think when it comes down to it, like I know there's rumors of like the licensing ending with Mega. I think when it comes down to it, dude, like if
Stay
Lego,
put. I'm looking at this. I'm like, stay put because Lego
well,
ain't gonna do it this well. I'm sorry.
if Lego, even if Lego wants it, dude, I feel like Lego would have to pay a lot because honestly, dude, I'd be so interested to see like all of Mega Constructs, like their sales numbers and see how
bet
much
it's
of it is
not great.
Pokemon. No, but
But
I
I'm
want to know
saying, I
how
bet
much
it's
of it
not.
is Pokemon, but how
Oh,
much of
for
their
sure.
overall is Pokemon is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
Probably a
like,
lot.
they could be in a great position with Lego or a bad one because as great as this is, if it's not selling,
Yeah.
then Lego is taking a lot of risk and they're not going to overpay.
Oh, dude, I mean, if Lego
I
partnered
mean, they're
up
going to
with
pay.
Pokemon,
Don't get me wrong, but
if Lego
my
partnered up
point
with
is, if sales
Pokemon,
are not hot, and these are all, I mean, to me, I don't know much about it, but they all look like heaters. If I was into this, I'd be buying all these.
there's a lot of heaters, man. Let's say keeps. What are you looking at? Is this just Mega
This is
Construct like .com?
Mattel's site.
Oh, on Mattel, yeah, cool. Yeah, they do these like cool 16-bit like sprites, like the OG like pixel sprites or whatever. Those are sick. Just getting the Pokeball figs is cool because it's honestly it's like I think they're like $7, so it's like buying a slightly upgraded SEMA. I love that they did like their UCS style with the black box art. It's real like obviously it makes sense that they've done like Pikachu and Eevee and Charizard, but I love that they've even done like in their like kind of UCS style like Dodrio like or not Dodrio. That's the other three-headed bird. But yeah, the Diglets, man. I don't know. Or Doug Trio, sorry.
Yeah.
The evolution of
Look, there's play features and stuff, and
it's crazy.
I
Like
don't know, man.
like
They need influencers.
Dude.
They should have sent them to you because you just don't. I mean, Ryan gets the occasional one, but they don't. I don't. This isn't.
There's the Charizard, dude. Click the Charizard, man. I can't. Shout out to Tyler for grabbing that Charizard for me for a stupid good deal. Well, he just gifted it to me, but he got lucky enough and found this on a really good deal because usually it's 160. I think this thing is. But this thing is awesome, man. Like this is I think where it gets risky, Sean, is that if Lego did Pokemon, would it be another Mario situation where they're doing stuff, but like they're not doing really what could be done and what people want?
I just
guess.
feel like, I mean, again, you know this stuff. I don't, but I feel like they're not like drip feeding like they are with Mario. It's like they've definitely played the hits. I mean, I know Pokedex is a big thing. I know the arena is a big thing,
dude. And
Charizard, and I know
down
that,
a few.
like, I know who all the heater guys are. Eevee, you know, like as far as the staples, I mean, like what's missing?
Say there's another heater, right? Go to the go down a little bit. It's like the Pokemon Center. Go down. Did we pass it already?
Look at this jumbo Pokeball.
Oh yeah, that jumbo Pokeball has a light in it, like a light brick in it. I think we.
Why doesn't it have a big thing on the box? Look at there's a little
yeah.
tiny, look at the little. They even did that right. Look at this. The warning label is reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Look at this.
Their box arts are good, man. I mean, this one's just a plain.
I don't know, man.
Box art.
What I'm learning tonight is what I already suspected is like I don't know if I'd root for this if I'm a Pokemon Bricks fan, other than we'd rather it be Lego just because. But
yeah,
my confidence is I don't know how they beat this.
Oh yeah, right there, Sean, in the middle. Yeah, the Pokemon Center.
This is definitely an MBS for them. Not that big, but 648.
Yeah.
Not let me
I don't know why it's like not loading the very first one. Yeah, see, that's sick. You get the Chansey and the different. It opens up, super cool play scale, but also displayable. This thing's iconic, Sean. As I don't know if you ever played any of the Pokemon games, but like,
ooh, Brett, it does the expandable too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, a Pokemon Center is just such. I need to get one of these because I've seen these on clearance and stuff at Walmart's, but like Pokemon Center is just such a good one to have because like literally when you play the game, there's a Pokemon Center in almost every single town. Like you spend a lot of time going in and out of Pokemon Centers to heal your Pokemon and everything. Like, yeah, that's sick. The Ferris wheel is an odd choice. I don't really know why there's a
Yeah, they probably just wanted something that's catch all for the dummies.
maybe there is a Ferris wheel in one of the games that I just don't remember because I didn't play it. But
I mean, look at this. You get an 8-pack.
But see, they even do like the unpopular Pokemon in like the UCS style. If you go up to that Butterfree right there, that go up one more, the kind of butterfly Pokemon, Butterfree right there. Like that's not a super popular Pokemon, but they did it in like a kind of UCS black box art, 18 plus style with the stand and everything, and the wings move like.
Like everyone's freaking out over I Am a Dune set, but this is doing the same thing. Shout out to Hive. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, that's my big takeaway from looking at Pokemon. Yeah. So, all right, dude, listen.
It could be.
The license is up. Let's just say, right? If the license is up, what is your pitch to get this going, man? Like, I would just say, do what they did in your Lego, and it'll just sell better.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's. I feel like if Mega Construct had only did a few waves, like a handful of sets, it would be a lot easier to be like, oh yeah, like Lego should go in on all this and they should pay, whatever the license is going to cost because it'll be huge. It's tough because Mega has just done such a good job with it already. So it's like you're going to be kind of just remaking these sets. Like I would want, them to make a Pokedex because I feel like a Pokedex like this is like, I don't know, man. A Pokedex is just as important to make, if you're Lego and you're making Star Wars and you're making, I don't know, it's kind of like a Luke's land speeder. Like, it's got to be in there. It's got, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. And like a buildable Pokeball, like they would definitely do that. And it's like Mega did it, so they're going to have to do it better. Obviously, a big Charizard, like a UCS Charizard, like we looked at, like that would be another one that they would want to do. But it's like they're under a lot of pressure to like if they're gonna make a lot of this stuff that Mega has already made. It's like, well, you better make it at least hopefully just as good, if not better. And then your Lego, you are more expensive. So if you have like, okay, if they make a Charizard.
Brent,
sorry, I would get my box, but it's buried. If they would make a Charizard like that big UCS Charizard, and Mega sells it for 140 or sold it for 140, fast forward into the future, and then Lego comes out, but they release it for like 300, and it's not that much bigger. And like, sure, yeah, it might look a little bit better, but a lot of people might be just going and being like, I'll just go buy the retired, Mega one on eBay. You know what I mean?
I like.
Like, what's going to stop people from?
So the license
if Lego
is gone
got the license
per Cooper, the license is gone. It's up. It's out. It's done. It's on Google.
Really?
Yeah. So
wow.
one or both parties were dissatisfied at this point. But again, even if sales were ice cold or whatever, whatever the case is, or maybe they were fine and they're just like, yeah, but I bet if maybe this was testing waters, and now Pokemon can demand more out of Lego, but. A couple of boys, Jander and etc., brought up some great points. Like, so what's the difference? I was like, you're pitching. What's the one thing they can do different? Minifigs, right? We haven't even gotten into that with all the trainers and all the human characters there.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are like they want a CMF, and it's like, but what they were saying is like minifig scale. Monsters, it would be tough because they'd have to make so many friggin' molds, right?
It would, yeah, because Pikachu would have to be like a Grogu situation. A lot of the Pokemon would have to be like
if they were scaled with the minifigs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like put it to you this way, it's like making a ton of new animal molds for these things to work, and like a lot of the times when Lego makes a new animal mold, they reuse it in a lot of different sets to obviously making the mold worth it. That's another thing too. Like, and Tyler talks about it all the time with these Mega Construct Pokemon sets. Is like a lot of these sets have like specialized molds and everything for a lot of these builds to work, and it's like,
Yeah.
would Lego hit some of these Pokemon builds with like the Harry Potter and Hagrid situation, and do you have like the whole beak-nosed face going on, and so it's
I don't know if I trust them to do it like this, man. But I mean, they're gonna. I mean,
God, dude, that makes
again,
me scared, dude. There's gonna be hype for these sets, and now that the license is up, dude. There's some of these, some of the
there are going to be
prices might
people.
be going up. So people might try to buy these up, man.
I mean, look, we're not trying to be too negative here, but I think like there's going to be some stuff that Lego could probably do better, right? Height,
Sure, yeah.
distribution, volume, all that stuff. But let's like pound for pound, again, just knowing the medium in a limited way, like I do. These all look like the dudes, and they look good, and there's good play features, it appears, or at least good enough.
Yeah.
There's
so
different
much
age range stuff. There's different sizes and scales. I mean, they're playing the hits left and right. I'm seeing Pokeballs coming out the yazoo. So what is this, Machamp? What do you say?
Machamp, yeah.
I kind of need this. It's a wrestler.
Machamp is sick, yeah. No, yeah, Machamp is very wrestler inspired.
Yeah. So I mean, like, look at this, dude. It's a heater, and I know nothing about it, but I'm like,
I'm telling you, dude,
saying,
the Pokedex.
If this had the Lego banner on it, people would be like drooling. But it is. There's a weird filter over it.
Don't get me wrong. Like this thing is so heat. And Sean, it gives you it gives you 4 other Pokemon that you can like put into the actual Pokedex.
It's your dream, Brent, for the Nintendo DS.
See, dude, they could do a DS. They could do a DS. Oh man. Well, and I mean, dude, they're gonna do Game Boy, so I'm still waiting for them to make an N64 though, Sean. I think that would be so cool.
No, you put little Pokemon stades in there, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting to see what's gonna happen with this.
They're like, before you go, don't buy the Lego.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see what could happen with this in terms of like just all the figures they would make, because even Pokemon, even Mega never really made like actual minifigs in with this. Like all the Pokemon are like brick built, so some of them wouldn't scale with a minifigure. Like Oddish, that Oddish right there, or any of these Pokemon. Some of these are supposed to be like a lot bigger than like the figure. Like if you put their little buildable Pikachu next to an Ash minifigure, like Pikachu would be way too big in comparison. Like Pikachu is like a little bit bigger than Grogu type of thing. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I like I said, like you said just a second ago, I think you slap Lego and Pokemon on the same box, it's gonna go crazy, especially with how insane Pokemon is going right now. Like we're in a bigger Pokemon boom right now than like the COVID boom, and bigger than like the Logan Paul boom when he started making it go crazy. So
I think one thing, you weren't here, Brent. I was trying to say, like, the biggest thing in Pokemon is the cards, right?
The cards,
like, rank it. Is it the cards, then the games?
It's on. Okay, I would say
like the cards have eclipsed the games.
But the games are still maybe right. Important. Okay, right now the cards are bigger. Overall, in the grand scheme of things, of all the media, I don't know. Like there's like the history of all Pokemon media. Like the cards are a pretty freaking, or I'm sorry, the games are a pretty huge deal too.
I just feel like the cards. Okay,
fine. The cards are
the games you gotta have, because that's like the media that'll promote new content, that'll make new card sets.
But it all does start with the actual anime, like the actual show. Like the actual show has to be good too. But
yeah. Okay, so
but that's one thing about Pokemon. That's why Pokemon is such a huge IP though, Sean, is because the show is good, the games are good, the card game is good. People love just collecting the cards, don't even play the card game.
I see their figures and stuff just rotting though at stores, just like normie.
Oh yeah, those are always on the shelf, just like the regular figures. People don't, but I'll tell you. Oh hey,
tonight's special guest, we got Stud Lake. I've had to run upstairs for a second. Take over, like, give your thoughts on Pokemon before we close out, sir. And welcome to being off work. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be home. No, I think the maybe one unique perspective that I would add into what you guys have already put out there is I believe you said it, Brent. What would Lego do different? Because they can't you can't copy this. You have
can't redo
you have
all
to make it
these
your
sets.
own. And I think that you have to look at the minifigure route where you're giving us lots of characters and trainers, and I think you have to pony up and give us those custom molds to make them on the size they need to be. Does that put you in a box? Definitely, because that's a lot of budget put towards molds, but I think that helps you. You put out a wave of 5 Pokemon sets and you give us, I mean, how many Animal Crossing figureheads were there? Probably 10-ish. Give us 10 Pokemon in that first wave and that's it. Give us 10 of the 1,000 that there are right now. Stick to one region, stick to just Kanto. Give us 10 different ones from that region, and that's that's all we're going to get for that wave until you get more budget the next year or whenever, right?
Yeah, I think 100%. Like, what you definitely do if you're Lego and you spend a ton of money to get a Pokemon IP, it's like if you're feeling nervous about how it's going to sell, don't even touch anything outside of Gen 1.
Yep.
Just do Gen 1 at first.
That's what Pokemon Go did, right? They didn't have bandwidth to give you everything at once, so they slowly released. You know, every few months. It wasn't even full generations. It was they give you part of the generation before expanding. But another way that you can cheat this is, give it a year, then do a CMF. In a CMF, then you can use that budget to start making some more molds that you can pull into the sets.
I still feel like some of these Pokemon would be hard to like make as a quote unquote like minifigure. Because some Pokemon are they're basically just animals, like different versions of like how would Eevee be? Like I could see Machamp I could see Machamp in a Lego minifig, I guess, because like there's the piece that the Lego piece that has the 4 arms or 2 arms or whatever. But like, I don't know, like how would Eevee be a minifig? How would Pikachu like? I guess I could see Pikachu if it was like a Grogu situation.
Yeah,
but.
And not every. So I think you're depending on the scale of which Pokemon you're talking about. So like obviously let's just go with Charmander. So like Charmander would have to be like a one molded small piece, but by the time you get to Charizard, I feel like that's more of a there's a molded
big fig territory
here, but I feel like maybe that's a buildable fig at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with something that's bigger than a minifigure size at that point, so I don't think you're molding a Jabba sized Snorlax or whatever. I think you're probably brick building.
Dude, a
something like that.
A Jabba sized Snorlax, that would be kind of cool.
It'd be fire. But no, I do think that the clearest path for them is doing something different from what we see from Mega here.
I think I personally, in terms of like buying any Mega like stuff that Mega has done myself, I haven't really gotten anything that is like their little buildable Pikachus and other Pokemon, like in the little Pokeballs, like it's more of like the the Pokedexes and like bigger like buildable characters like Charizard and stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the Pokemon Center a lot though. And this is where it gets tough though, because like again, Mega's done so much of it already, and like if you are Lego and you're wanting to make Pokemon stuff, it's like I described it earlier, it's like the Pokedex is like it's kind of like your Luke's land speeder in the Pokemon world, in terms of like it kind of has to exist if you're gonna start making a bunch of Pokemon toys in your Lego. Like you almost kind of have to, just like a buildable Pokeball. It's like,
well, yeah, I could see him doing like
do that,
like the Hogwarts icon set, right, where it's just a bunch of Harry Potter shit.
Yeah.
Do a Pokemon one. Don't do the straight Pokeball, because that has to be its own set. But give us like an Ultra Ball in there. Give us some potions and stuff. Like I could definitely see a market for like the items too, to get a little more meta with it. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's if you do this even part, I mean, we see what they've done with like Mario and some of this other stuff that hasn't exactly hit the mark. They're still making
Mhm.
money. It's still selling. So you just come somewhere close with
Mhm.
Pokemon, and I think it's hand over fist.
Yeah. I think what would be interesting, I touched on it a little bit earlier before you joined, is like it's going to be interesting to watch just, I guess, the market between like, some of this older mega stuff that's going to be, people are going to buy it up and then be selling it kind of in between the transition of, or if Lego even buys it or whatever. But like, fast forward 3 years, and if Lego does have it by that point, there are a few waves in. If they start to make some of the stuff that Mega has made before, it's obviously going to be pretty expensive coming from Lego. Are you going to be able to hop onto eBay and, find the old buildable Eevee like right here that's pulled up? And, Lego comes out with one that's $100, but then I don't know, this one right here probably retailed for like 40, 50. And then, even in 3 years when it's gone, and sure, it might go up in price because it becomes a little bit more rare, but it's going to be interesting to see. It's like, okay, well, I can just go on eBay and buy the old Mega one and not this new one that Lego's putting out because it's really kind of overpriced and expensive. And you know what I mean? You're going to have that option of buying like the old Mega version if they go and do some of the stuff that Mega has done, which that's just...
I mean, it's not unprecedented. I mean, Mega has done things in the past that Lego does. Mega has done Pirates of the Caribbean. Mega's done Marvel. Like they had Fantastic Four sets before. So it's not unheard of, but I definitely see what you're saying, especially because at this point, Mega's, I mean, it feels like they're at a scale to where this stuff will be available on eBay in pretty decent amounts for years to come. But I mean, the most interesting part to me, I feel like, is if Mega does in fact lose this contract, like what happens to Mega themselves? I feel like this is
like
most
they're
of what
dead.
they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just what we see in stores. I don't know what their full catalog looks like, but like before Pokemon, I'm trying to think like there was like Call of Duty stuff, maybe.
There was Call of Duty and Halo. You saw
Yeah.
Halo stuff.
Yeah,
more.
it was like other than like those were the two big things before this popped off, and now I feel like this is basically everything that you see in the Target aisle.
It's insane. Because like I've even seen at some Walmart locations, like you at the end of the Lego aisle, there's like you start to see some of the Mega stuff.
Yep.
It's all Pokemon.
Yep.
Like you almost don't even see any of the other stuff they even make. So you wonder, and Sean,
that's a great point. They're going to go under. Yeah.
So, well, or like,
Halo's gone. Nobody really.
Well, yeah. Does Mega even have the funding to even try to renew the license and try to buy it back? I don't know. Like it's crazy.
I think they have to target a different
to High Life here. Somebody brought it for the soups.
Oh, whoa, wow.
I think they have to target a different IP, someone who's cheaper that they can get in bed with for a couple of years.
Oh, wow. You think?
Yeah, but I mean,
I think that's the move.
It could be.
Otherwise, what do you do?
Though. You take that away, it's curtains, baby.
Yeah,
it's a good point. I mean, it is gone. Apparently, Cooper said it's gone. So
I can't believe it's gone, man.
It's part of the media now. I mean, it's fact.
I'm getting like FOMO now for some of these Mega sets I haven't bought.
Dude, like you're a handsome guy, but you look so tired right now.
It's been a long 3 weeks. I'm working CPA hours right now,
bro. So if you,
I'm good for
like a 45er,
40 more minutes. Let's call it there.
Oh yeah, I'm also pretty tired too. So
all right. Well, listen, we had those two like main eventers, and then we were kind of opening it up to the gang. So, like I assume you were listening on the drive a little bit.
Yeah,
Brent,
I was thinking about it.
Which one that you guys heard do you want to dive into? Because I wanted to leave one up for the gang.
I want to touch on one here.
Yeah.
What if here, just don't go crazy here, but what if Lego did like a Lego Mario theme, right? And like you could have like sets that were like it looked like the game, right? Like the games that we like to play, like it looked like that. And then like the minifigures could be like guys like a Mario, like that could be a minifigure.
And all the variants of Mario?
Yep. Like the fire and Tanuki. Like you could do a Luigi maybe even. Like that would be my idea for a dream theme.
What about second tier villains? We all know they'll do Bowser, but what about like Wario?
I don't know if they'd ever get around to him, but like if they had a chance, yeah, maybe.
Oh, the other thing that was in the thumbnail though that we didn't really hit, which we can,
NFL. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we can touch it for a second.
I forgot there was a third.
I think because earlier when I was texting Sean about the theming for tonight, I brought up NBA. Obviously, it's been done before, but maybe save that for another time of
reboots
reboot themes. That could be another cool topic for another time, for sure. I'm
gonna do,
but man, like
minifigures. I'm gonna start there.
Well, the thing is too is like I'm glad you brought up minifigures. It's like when you talk about wrestling, it's like, oh yeah, it's really all about the characters, all about the wrestlers, and that's one thing that would make it collectible as far as like releasing like a CMF alongside sets. I feel like you 100% could do that with NFL. I mean, think about how many people would love to like, collect all the figures that are in a CMF line. Like how many people would want to have a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen. They could do current. I mean, just off of current.
Would you have
players.
said Josh Allen if he wasn't on the screen?
No, yeah, he's the MVP.
He's top three. He's
the MVP. Of course, I would have said Josh Allen. He got snubbed, man. They should have been in the Super Bowl. But the damn Chiefs looked horrible against the Eagles. Would have been a better game against the Bills.
All right. So, NFL, let's get into it a little bit. Like, here's my issues with why it won't happen. Number one, expense. That license has to be crazy. But again, I say that, right? But then
they did the NBA so long ago.
But then who has it now? Like Jim's Bricks, you know what I mean? Like there's this no name group that's doing these helmets. Where are they? NFL.
It's probably the same people that make like the
Legos,
cheap stadiums,
like the Nano Brick or whatever.
Yeah, this Foco bricks, right? These oh, sorry, it's not on the screen, but like the Dolphins thing I pulled up, right? They actually shout out to them, man. They made helmets of I think every damn team. So they're obviously toying with the bricks. Now, granted, making it Dolphins or whatever, Chiefs, et cetera, expensive, but not, I think, to the player level, right? That's where it gets, you start getting the NFLPA in there and then it starts getting crazy. But like, obviously, we talk about like Star Wars helmets. We do shows on the helmets. Start there, doable. I don't think it's enough though, right? I think you have to have players because if you just do team stuff, and you can see where Foco, shout out to Foco, has been sort of limited is they did this. Let's see, Foco NFL. They just did that in like the stadium sets, which dude, this is cool, man. Like, if you're a Broncos guy, like not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but or sorry, not Broncos, Seahawks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
They've done stadiums for European football.
My point is, though, you're kind of limited to, they do have Dolphins. That's nice. My point is, they do, but this is it, right? Foco is showing you the limitations. They've got the team. It's like, okay, well, we can make the helmet, and then what else? The stadium. Okay, well, what else?
Yeah.
It's about it. Because you could do jerseys and put whatever number one and not a player on it or whatever people do when they don't have the player's license. But like that, I think the players are the holdup. What say you?
Yeah. I think
Brent,
so.
you go because I'm going to shoot it all down.
That's fine. Yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, that was one of my favorite parts about collecting the like the NBA stuff.
Oh, football. You could do a generic football. Sorry.
Well, like with when they did NBA, they had like those those figure packs where you had like the 3 figs, and they came with these really cool trading cards. So yeah, I think the players are really important.
But dude, who even made this? Here you go. Here's your boy, Aaron Rodgers.
A-Rod? He's not really my boy, but I do like A-Rod.
What's your team again like? Is it the Packers?
No, I'm a Bears guy, unfortunately.
Bears fan. I didn't expect that.
But here's the point, dude. Like, okay, well, somebody afforded to get.
Imagine an Urlacher fig, you know what I mean?
Now imagine the locker room of Mahomes. Like, I don't know how old this is.
Oh yeah.
Everything I just said, they've done it. But see that NFLPA license, like it's all on there. The problem is it would have to be pretty regional. I don't know. What are the problems? Like, I mean, it's a very loyalty based thing. I know there's people who are just fans of the NFL. I know people like that. They're like, actually, I don't have a team. I just enjoy it all. So it's like you have to get that guy and the guy who likes Lego, right?
So
we'll see. Last thing I'll say.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, last thing. Josh Allen, like, dude, and I'm kind of a completionist too. So it's like, depending on how many are in the set, yeah, I'll get the Josh Allen, but like, he's like, me buying a Bills item is like, that's pretty tough.
Right.
This isn't like I'm only buying the Rebellion and not the Empire. It's different. This is like more personal NFL. I think that's a problem, and it's like, I'm not going to buy the out of market starting quarterback unless it's, I don't know. Like if it's a CMF, sure. I mean, I need one of each one, but like you're going to start asking me to buy locker rooms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's too
territorial.
Yeah, it's too scattered. There's a better term, but anyway.
Well, then again, though, like sports cards, like people that collect football cards don't just only buy their team.
It's too fragmented is what I'm trying to say. Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, tear it down. Say why it won't work. Because I think if they wanted to, they could make it work-ish if they wanted.
So the way it works the best to sell the most product is to do the players and to do figs.
Okay.
But that can never happen because of Deshaun Watson, Justin Tucker, Kadarius Toney.
Oh, they're all like
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, or scumbags.
Because if one of those guys, whoever they happen to make, if one of those guys does something now, years from now, whenever, the second that happens, Lego is out. Lego's out 100%. Like they will not mess with that.
Too many controversies, yeah.
So throw that out the window.
All right.
So then let's go back. Helmets kind of works. I think helmets works until you realize you need 32 of them.
That's the problem, right?
And that's not going to happen. So maybe you stick to 6 or 8 of them. Maybe I think that sells okay. But
not to anybody who's not a fan of those, right?
What's the 6 you do? Like
Cowboys.
You gotta do Chiefs. You gotta do
Green
Cowboys,
Bay, probably.
You gotta do Patriots. You gotta do
even though they
Bay.
stink. Usually, Bears is still very popular. Very popular.
So again, I don't even think that works. So then I think you're pulled even further out to Brent, what you were saying with the soccer stadium. I think you just go big. You have to do a stadium, but you can only really pick one. So you're doing Lambeau Field, and
I would do a generic and just a ass ton of stickers, I guess. And I hate stickers, but that's my only solution that I wrote down.
I guess, but a generic would be ass. Like then you're just like, give us the Lego football team then. Like give us you can't do like it would have to be a Lego themed stadium at that point with a Lego themed team. And just like it'd be like a city set at that point. But outside of like a Lambeau Field, I don't see them ever touching any of this. And again, Lambeau Field's the most iconic field. It's so old and it's striking, but how many people are actually going to put in the 400, 500, whatever that's going to cost to where that's actually worth it?
Now tell us what you would do. Like you're poo-pooing this, but what is something we could do today? That sort of, pays homage to these NFL teams. You know what I mean?
I mean, I what I would do or what I have done or what might be done. I mean, I would. I don't know how would you like me to put that, Sean?
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I would like to also put out there that I just got a recent package, weekly pickups from the Lego group regarding a bricks and pieces order.
Nice.
All right. Sharpie the figgies.
Yeah, unrelated, I guess.
What if it was like the most vetted 10-year vet who's never done anything, married with 4 kids, is definitely not going to get a DUI or ask for an HJ every time he gets a Saji? Did they make that guy? That
point me in the direction of that guy.
Tom Brady?
Jury's still out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true.
Wait till he,
Is
wait till he
100%
dies.
clean?
Wait till he dies.
Wait till he dies. Wait till the wife. Well, they make the wives probably sign an NDA. So, but it's like LeBron, Brent, your boy. I mean, he's like the only megastar.
LeBron is
never
the
had
most
a scandal.
likely
He's never had a
athlete. I
scandal.
feel like,
dude, give me a LeBron fig. I'll pay $1 million for it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sports is tough, but I mean, but then
you know how
you're
cool
right,
it would be
though, in
though.
always they probably have regrets about depth figures, right? It's like we talked about Scissorhands earlier. They might not do it just because he was just accused of taking a deuce on his wife's bed. So like when there's real people involved, like
but there's probably depth figs
or
coming out.
she deuced on his bed. I forget, but the point is they argued about deucing in bed purposefully in a vindictive way. And so
Well, it sounds like Jack's coming back,
coming. That's
and
right.
it sounds
Jack
like
might
Disney's talking to Depp, and they're apologizing, sending him flowers.
It could have been mute deucing. I mean, but the point is, he drinks mega pint, like
mega
pint. Oh, mega pint.
Yeah. I hear you on that. There does seem to be a couple of hardcore scandals per year with the NFL guys. And I think you're right for that reason alone, let alone the money. And then like they'd have to do, I believe you can sign something with the NFLPA, but I bet that's not like blanket. You know what I mean?
Well, Jandern just hit it on the head. That fig is actually an actor. It's not the actor, it's the character. So if LeBron James was in a movie like
Space
Jam 2, if there's a Space Jam 2 set, then that's all good to go. We're getting Ezra Miller Flash minifigs with all the stuff he's got going on.
People are wondering, we've switched to High Life. There was some lefties from the soups this weekend. So like
from the soups.
I'm having those. They're fine. They're light. It's the is this the champagne of beers? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But that's true. I like that. Jandern best take of the night. It's right. So they can always go like, well, no, this is Jack Sparrow. It's not actually Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Papa Rex who deuced the bet. Oh, okay. I was like, I think the wife, whatever her name was, but anyway, it's pretty awesome to have that broadcast. Like, you know, we all do some vindictive stuff. I've never actually done that move. Because then I'd be forced to clean it up. Number one, that's just, you know, too much. Lefties from the soups. That's right. That's right, Jandern. That's what I said. Amber Turd. Oh, Seep's dog stepped on a bee. That sucks, dude. Well, you know what you got to do? You got to suck the venom out, dude. Before he deuces on your bed.
All right.
NFL put to bed. Let's see. Now, I will say, Ostif, let's bring it up. Cobra Kai. I think 3-4 years ago, this is the problem, right?
Yep.
Right. I like it. But again, let's talk about sets. Figs. We're all over the figs. They're going to have to paywall them some way. The series is wrapping up. I think it's pretty cold right now. It's the whole world's not talking about it like they were. But let's pretend we're peak Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. What do you do for the etc. stuff? Right? Like you got dojos, but then those are getting kind of samey. There's a couple iconic vehicles. I suppose when Cobra Kai comes out, they could pull the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park thing where half the sets are modern boys of the series, and then the other sets are, dude. There was that ideas of Miyagi's house. Which was flames.
That's all you need. Just give us the house, and you're done with karate. Because Cobra Kai, yes, it was
house there.
Very big show, but really, people just want Miyagi. They want Daniel in the house, and you're kind of good to go.
Johnny, you do need some.
Yeah,
that's what I would do, Brent. I would do that house with like 6-8 figs. I'd want Daniel in civilian gear, Daniel in the gi. Same with Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, I think that's
you would have to make the skeleton outfit.
The skeleton outfits, yeah.
Those are flames, eternally flames.
I think that's a lot of the times when the community talks about, you know, a potential Lego theme. I think a lot of the times you kind of run into, well, maybe not a full-on theme, but it would work really well for one set or one or two sets. You know what I mean? So I think
I think Lego is averse to themes at this point because they do so much And that's kind of the whole point of icons, right? We don't need a theme for this.
Dude,
Just
you would
Yeah.
have
put
to
out
have a
set.
Mike Barnes. I would do a lot of things for a Mike Barnes mini. That'd be so sick. He's a little known bad guy from Karate Kid.
Yeah. Somebody earlier brought up
Tiger King.
no, someone earlier brought up Rick and Morty.
I think that's a slam dunk. But is
I
it
think
a little
Rick and
too
Morty-
dirty? Is it too dirty?
Well, and also
Hey,
they
adults
cuss?
welcome. Adults welcome.
yeah,
I
well,
know,
adults-
but is it like, do they do
No, they're
like
full of shit.
how what, are they 13 or do they actually cuss? I've watched it a couple.
No,
of
it's very raunchy.
I think it's like 13,
Is it
14
South
plus
Park
or
levels
something.
of raunch?
Not
It's
quite.
it's
but
pretty raunchy.
It gets there.
Right.
But also too, I think, and to kind of coin one of Sean's terms, might be just like a little too late for that. You know what I mean? Like Rick and Morty would have been crazy if they did the Lego sets for it, like 4 or 5 years ago. But it is kind of getting, honestly, like
Jump the shark, it's over.
I barely finished. I don't even know if I finished season 3.
Right.
But I did really love it at one point, and there is a lot of figs you could do, and you could very easily just do the house. You could very easily just do like Rick's spaceship.
Mhm.
You could do like a brick built, whatever it's called, Rick's
The gun,
te-
the portal gun.
portal gun. Thank you. Yeah, you could do Rick's portal gun. There's a lot you could do with Rick and Morty. There really is. It's just, yeah, like, is it too? Yeah, One Piece is 14 plus. Yeah, I mean, is it a little too raunchy? Is it a little too dirty? And also, is it a little too late in terms of the hype? That's kind of another thing there. But be really cool though.
I mean, honestly, if I want like a full theme and it can be anything, I think Game of Thrones would be out of the park. Commit to being adults welcome.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're not going to give us any of this naked stuff. Obviously, it's very violent, but we got Jaws. We've gotten Lego's expanding, right?
Yeah.
But make it actually for adults. You have the
Jaws was low key a huge move. Do you agree with that?
I could not believe that. I thought never in 1,000 years that I think that would actually get made. I am absolutely shocked it was even accepted by Lego Ideas. Honestly,
That's like the most. Is that the most like violent thing they've touched?
It's not rated R. It's
I
not
know.
even
Well,
PG-13.
I will say this.
Yeah,
I will say this. I mean, part of we went deep on this. I think like whenever that was coming out. What made it so scary is what they didn't show. Now, I think the sequels they had to do like flat out crazy bloodbaths because you got to up the stakes, right? In the sequels, but like Jaws 1, they show him very little. He had like Vader levels of screen time, and that's why Vader was the shit, and that's why Boba was the shit. It was like these things are heaters, and it's just like magnetizing for the seconds, minutes it's on the screen, and it's out. But with Jaws, it was like. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty violent, like in essence, it's a movie about a man-eating shark. Like,
I mean, Backroads is correct. Lord of the Rings is very violent at times too. I mean, there's blood and people are getting. So you think
they'd have to cross that? But I mean, dude, just the amount of.
There's so much you could do. I mean, because they're making these new shows now, right? That Dragon's a heater. We know that these other shows are coming out. You give us the Indiana Jones or the Rings treatment. You give us the new stuff, but also give us the throwbacks to original Thrones. People are so into Castle, they can't get enough of it. This is a way to get more out there.
Yep.
I mean,
I would buy every single. I can't picture anything that I wouldn't get from them unless
there's so much to do between the dragons and the castles and locations.
The White Walker figs. Can you imagine a Night King minifig?
Austif is adding on Cobra Kai Doja. Yeah, that's what I said. So he sent me a DM, but it's like going back to Karate Kid real quick. But that's it, right? It's like dojos, the tournament mat, the dudes, and then that's kind of it, right? I mean, which again, if you wanted to do like a little,
you could do a mini wave.
Yeah, just do a one-off wave. Like I would buy those for sure. Yeah, dude. Another one someone mentioned earlier, Rocky would be incredible. But again, but it's the same.
Give us the
thing.
ring, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
the ring and the minifigures, like all these
Mhm.
sports ones. Which Karate Kid, let's consider that a sport, sort of, because I mean we're probably missing some other stuff, like the apartments they live in, I guess. Like, I mean, like you could do the Daniel LaRusso house, you could do the Johnny Lawrence apartments, like Matrix could go hard. But again, like what in my mind, it's
You imagine if they
besides
got
the art of the green, stuff and like a cool art of that. It's like you got the dudes, like like
I'll say this, I'm surprised
how
I
do you
didn't
make
think,
them do the Matrix move in Lego? I don't know.
I'm surprised I didn't think of this earlier, and it might be complicated because of I
22
think
times.
a Mattel situation might make this complicated. But could you imagine if
Black.
Lego did Power Rangers? They could do Megazords.
That'd be awesome.
They could do
Power Rangers, yeah.
They
I
could
don't know
do
enough about it, but I think that would work.
They
Yep.
could do, again, like you could do a little bit more modern stuff, but you could do OG stuff. I think just again, some of the stuff that we're bringing up and chat's bringing up, a lot of it would be really dope, but maybe just more for one set and not really a whole theme. Like they did, didn't they do Tron, or what is it? Shit, what was it
They
called?
did Tron. They did one set. It was a
Not
heater.
I didn't mean to say Tron. What's the other thing that they did that's kind of like Power Rangers?
Voltron.
Yeah, they did one Voltron set. I think one Megazord set would be so sick.
I like this. A whole separate brand for adults. Do Pro instead of Duplo. I like that. Backroads mentioned again, you could do one-off icon sets for anything. So last time Ryan was on, like, he kind of like, I was like, they should make it. He's like, not everything needs a theme. And I think that's what we're kind of learning tonight. But I like Lake's happy medium. It's like, but don't do the Zelda move where it's like one $300 set and we're out. Like,
yeah,
Zelda deserved. I'm sorry, and I know I'm homering, but like, dude, Zelda should have had. There should have been a 300 in there. I agree, but there should have been a 40 boy, an 80 boy, a 120 boy.
Well, this goes back to Tuesday, what you guys are talking about with Castle. Don't just give us a Lion Knights Castle. Put out the Castle and put out a $30 set.
Outposts, whatever, like those little,
just with a couple more figs in there. So that, I mean, don't sell the farm. Don't give us like 6 knights in there. You can still make your money, but give us something else to buy to expand upon it. You don't have to do 1, do 2, do 3.
Yep. Hunger Games is it was on the screen. Here we go. Hunger Games is a series, not just a single set. Again, has it missed its
It has, but it would have been huge if they did.
Yeah.
All right, Brent, you got to roll.
Yeah, I might have to bounce.
And then,
yeah. So, I got a little box in from. Shout out to Maddie's Minifigs. I mentioned a banner last week. Man, I don't even know if I'll be able to really show the whole thing, but I did get some Ninjago card packs.
Cool.
To start to boost up the inventory for the pop-up card shop at Brick World. We do got some other Star Wars single cards in here, and
Brent just revealing things on the fly.
Then these are I think I've talked about it a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. This right here, these are sleeves, Lego Star Wars sleeves, card sleeves. All right, but the main
boys
thing,
would go so hard. Oh my god.
The main thing, I don't even know if I'll be able to show this. I haven't really even unfolded this thing. But man, there's no way I'll be able to show the whole thing. But this is my first one of these Lego banners.
Oh, HP. I see the H.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to really show the whole thing, but
this is Maddie also?
Yeah.
Damn. Was this on a stream or a backstage deal?
Nah, a little backstage deal.
Nice.
Man, I don't know if I'll be able to show the whole thing, but
Homie Hook, or did you pay dearly?
I think Homie Hook for sure.
Mid-range?
Yeah. But yeah. I'll definitely take a picture of it and like show the whole thing.
Now, Lake, were these ever in stores or are these all European?
Dude,
stores?
I have to assume that they're European. I can't remember ever seeing a band. I mean, I was in Toys
Even
R Us all the time.
you were
and
at Toys R
I
Us
wasn't
every
seeing
week
them,
for
man.
Lego Star Wars. You never saw those.
I can't remember seeing even one banner
Yeah, me
ever
either.
in a store.
Bruce Banner. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this will be one to
European toy stores. There you go.
Is that just like is that just a general merchandise like thing that they do over there that we don't over here?
I think they used to. I think shelf space has just become such a thing now. It's tough.
Where do they put those banners?
Probably
like, do
high
we
up
know
on the
that?
walls to the yeah. I mean, so in the US, like we never had at distributors and stuff, we could put like, you remember the ACOB banner we brought, like things like
Mhm.
that you could do, like the little, but
You just put them high, or
yeah, they would not be. I would like to see these hung, by the way, in the European stores, just to confirm. I believe they happen for sure, but I suspect they were either high up or just somewhere that wasn't shelf space, or maybe in windows, maybe. But then again,
that's
if
kind
you
of what
have
I was guessing.
but if you have a toy shop, I think, okay, so picture the Macy's, you know, like the old school Macy's, whether you're literally window shopping, I could see them recessed behind and then the sets in the boxes like in front. I could see that.
Because like now we get like the art up top a little bit, and then like at Target, right, you get like an end cap that's like a more bigger display end cap where it has like room for like a piece of art on it. But other than that, like we don't really have a lot of
Let me see what I can do here.
Yeah, my plan for that thing is to.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Wow.
Shout out to Disneyland up there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, my plan for that is
mess,
if I ever meet Daniel Radcliffe one day, I'm gonna have him sign that banner. That could be pretty sick. Little HP Sig. So, but yeah, boys, I'm sorry, I got a drop, but assume you guys probably aren't going for too much longer. But
I got 10 more minutes in me.
All right,
So-
Brent. Shout out to Brent going above and beyond. He's got to get up. Gave us a lot of time tonight. Appreciate you, brother. Final thoughts, Brent, before you roll. What one that isn't out? Maybe we covered it tonight, but maybe we didn't. Which one do you think is most likely?
I guess I want to say like I would say Pokemon, but like I feel like just the complications of the fact that Mega has already done it so well and they've done so much makes it.
And it didn't sell. You got to assume it wasn't good for either group if they broke up.
Yeah. But I guess I don't know. Like I guess I would say wrestling, but then again, I'm surprised that Lego Ideas wrestling set didn't hit 10K.
It was golden era, so I
Yeah.
could see olds being the ones who voted, and then the current guys are like, "What? No Roman Reigns, no Jey Uso." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they got to kind of pull a little bit of a Force Awakens or a UCS Falcon version where it's like, you got the ring, but then you can either make it the modern logo ring with modern dudes, or you know what I mean? And I think WWE would probably, I don't know, man. That'd be tough. But yeah, it is tough. It's like, what timeline do you do? Who's your audience? I think it's so hot right now. I would just do modern and start there and then sprinkle in the legends is what I would do.
Yeah.
Actually, I would start with a couple. I'd start with Hogan's controversial right now. So I don't know but like you kind of have to do Hogan at some, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
And last thing. To Lake's point, wrestlers, now that's interesting. We talk about playing a character, but it's like, so you could say that's the character versus the guy, but the lines are super blurry with it's not like the Johnny Depp thing. It's actually they're more closely related than and there's a lot of scandals obviously in wrestling with the roids and the just sex allegations, and like there's a lot of dirt there. So maybe that's why they stay away from it. I don't know. But no, but as far as like pure box office, I think if it was done right, I think the wrestling would do pretty good actually.
Yeah. I think so too. But
All right,
so,
dude.
anyway, sorry I got to bail a little bit early, guys.
Yeah, Stone Cold like, flipping people off, drinking beers. I mean, like, how do you sell a Stone Cold without beers? It's like you just can't do it. You
Gotta
could.
gotta have some brews in there.
All right, brother.
So-
Dubs in the chat for Brent. Thanks, brother.
So
Later, Brent.
all right, guys. Later.
Peace. All right. And then there was two. Don't worry, like I'll open it up. We'll do a round table. I had fun on Tuesday. We'll
No, it was a good
open it up
time.
for the gang. We ended up devolving into like a 2-hour castle argument. Stone Cold custom figs. One dub in the chat for Brent. I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing? Amy's dubbing.
Chat
Stickler's
sleepy.
dubbing. Crushing beers. Give me that beer truck with a working hose. Yeah, man, that would be sick. Rent. Thanks, guys. I mean, I don't like to beg for the dubs, but we're talking about Brent here from Brent's Bricks. You know what I mean?
Here they come.
All right. Let's see. Anything else? I know you got limited time, but what do you? Any other ones like on your list?
I feel like, honestly, I feel like most of the missing holes feel like video games.
Oh yeah, let's get on that. Yeah, because that
So,
PMG
like,
mentioned that. Like, which ones are hot and hot for a long time?
I mean,
Warcraft, is that too like? I don't know where they're at as far as being popular, but it's been around a long time. I feel like people would come out of the yard for that.
I couldn't tell you the difference between Warcraft and D&D, honestly, so I would just go with D&D.
Okay.
But that's me knowing nothing. I mean, looking at like Mega again, Call of Duty, Fallout, Halo.
Shit, Riley mentions that too. The girl wrestlers wear pretty. It's pretty much just ass cheek outfits. So I don't know how you do that.
Just like Slave Leia, right? Basketball shorts.
Right. Yeah, I guess you could, but the pervs would be upset. That's for sure. Warcraft Lego would be in. Warhammer has come up. Is that pretty violent? I think it's pretty violent. I'm not a Warhammer.
I feel like that's like a conflict of interest for both brands, probably. Aren't they like similar?
Oh, building.
Almost competing, maybe?
Yeah.
Be a sick collab.
Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson. Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. See, the problem with the girl wrestlers, like, is back, did you watch it all back in the day? Or no?
My familiarity is
most of it was like
Thunder
TNA.
Lips in Rocky 3. That's
Okay.
as much wrestling as I've got.
Right. Well, most of it was TNA. And now they can actually wrestle, and they're actually very good, but it's still very much revealing outfits.
Okay.
Like, so back then it was just revealing outfits, and they couldn't actually wrestle, but people didn't care because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Now it's like both. So, yeah. All right. Waiting for the Mega and Lego collab. That'd be good. Marvel Rivals. Yeah. Asgard map, Cloak and Dagger, Jeff the Shark, etc. I think they could get that done through Marvel. And I know people have said, I mean, like, you already know the hardest thing they could possibly do, which would tie into your original commentary, if they just did Smash CMFs, like, but it'd be such a money waste for them.
It would.
Because if they were going to do that, I would just do a general broad strokes Nintendo deal and do, if you're going to do Metroid, why give away the farm and a $5 thing, right?
I mean, you could do like actual Smash sets with like
the
stages, yeah.
But
and
then
you'd make more money that way.
I don't know.
I guess, but
they're
I
not
mean,
afraid of sameness though. They just released 10 F1 cars.
I mean, I could see them running it just as a pump and dump, just like put out a couple, take the money you can get from them, and it is what it is.
You know what? I could see, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Like, so maybe it's not all that, because there's probably 40, 50 stages by now. Maybe there's 100. But
yeah, it's pretty crazy now.
Let's just say pick 4 heaters, the most iconic ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know they can do what, like 2-on-2s, or is it one?
I mean, four is like the normal number, isn't it?
Yeah, so 1v1, v1, yeah. So maybe that's the move. You do 4 stages, and then each one comes with 4 figs.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got 16. Like,
yeah.
I mean, all of this they could print money with.
Oh, and that's like doable, because then in those you can scatter like Mario characters in those.
Correct.
So
The
like
heaters,
you're not having to get 16 different licenses together to make that. You're kind of spreading yourself. throughout those, and it makes it easier to
You
handle.
could figure out who your big four are, and then put one in each set. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like Mega Man. But see, that's where this is why it gets weird, because they'd have to get that from Capcom.
Yep.
Right. And so Nintendo has a deal with Capcom for the rights to him for that game. But then
merchandising,
if you're Lego, you have to, like, you're not just going to get Mega Man from Nintendo. You got to get them from Capcom as well. So that's where it gets a little weird.
Yeah, limits you on characters.
And you'd want to put, you or Ken or whatever from Street Fighter, for example.
Yep.
Right? However you say it. There's a lot of ways to say it. But, like, you'd have to get him. Like, I don't know, though, but I think you could just do it with, like, pure IP.
There's enough. I mean, there's so many characters in the
without
games
having to get
that you could.
Yeah.
But you would want to reach outside as much as you can. Steven is very concerned tonight.
Oh, Steven, yeah, he'll be back, dude. Everything's good. He's just doing some stuff.
He disappears all that. I don't know if you know him that well, but he'll
do 3 or 4 in a row and disappear. And if he doesn't do it a whole lot anymore, it's all good, man. But everything's good. He's just got a lot going on. It's all good. And he will be back for sure. He'll come back.
He'll be back. How about Terminator sets? Those would be cool.
Yeah. So then we'll inverse the question and then you take off. Like, are they doing everything they can? I mean, I feel like if they lock down pokes, there's really no, like, Titanic massive heater they're missing out on that would be eligible. I would say that, like, ticks their boxes of family friendly, and you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously there's some heaters that they just can't touch, like ultra violent stuff. But is there, if they do get pokes, let's say, what other one would you say they're missing that they don't have?
I mean, they do so much of this one-off stuff now. They have their hand in so many pots. I mean, I don't know what the next obvious, like, Mario was the big one. They got Mario. If they get Pokemon, that's like the next giant one. I don't know what the next biggest fish is if Pokemon's acquired at that point. Like, obviously something will fill that void. There will be something that'll come up that people will say, "Oh, how are they not working with so and so?"
Yeah.
I was going to say Fortnite, but no, now they have Fortnite. Like, there's got to be something out there that will fill that void. I don't know that it's super obvious right now. Like, Bluey's coming, like, stuff like that. They're eating up all of these IPs. Yeah. So it's a gigantic company at this point.
CN stuff, it's probably, by the way, we could sit here and make a list of things they're missing. I'm talking about top shelf, blue ribbon, like blue chip.
Like, I would say, I would just say, like, DreamWorks as a whole at this point.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a couple things here and there that are kind of DreamWorks related, but, like,
what is this Despicable they have, right? Or they have.
Is How to Train Your Dragon, is that DreamWorks? I guess we're kind of moving in that direction. Trolls. So yeah, even then,
Red Dead, GTA. Like, again, though, I do love. I think one of the heater comments tonight, I think it was Papa Rex saying, like, you know, could they do a spin-off brand that's just for? Here's the thing, though. If you did an ultra rated R version of Lego, right? I like that Duke Pro, whatever it is. I just don't know that the box office will be big on those, because you're only getting adults with that. And there's, like, not a sniff. Now, granted, kids our whole lives, like us included, have always wanted the shit they can't have. So I could see them convincing their parents to get them the truly 18 plus sets. So it wouldn't just be adults buying those, but it'd be, like, mostly.
Well,
so they're not going to get any, shake from the kids whatsoever.
A path that I would go down and trying to figure that out would be Lego Technic exists.
Yeah.
Do any children?
Yeah. But does Lego Technic sell like that?
They keep making it. They keep making.
What are they doing?
$100, like hundreds of dollars sets. They're selling.
But I challenge you on this. Since even I've been around, Technic is slowly morphing into system. Like, it should just be Do you know what I mean? Like besides the meat and potatoes of
It is, but the
like,
point
look at
still
the new
stands.
the
Children are
F1,
not buying those sets, and they're
fair.
still being supported by
But I
the
also
adult
say they
buyer.
don't sell really well. Besides some of it, I mean, again, compared to the majors, my point is like if you look at the evolution of the F1 cars, just one big example, anecdotal. I'm looking at two of them right now. The evolution from the McLaren to the Mercedes to now this Red Bull, like it's like let's just make this system. All right, what are we doing? You know,
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, Technica's gotten so complicated at this point where it looks
they're
very
starting to tile off
similar.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and by the way, just give us a girthy frigate. Like, we don't. No, what's the Technic needed for the play feature that nobody wants? Couple pistons going. I get that it needs to be structurally, but like they should tile that off.
To be fair, the number of Technic sets this year, 21, last year 30, 18, 17, 15, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. So like it's
like total. Wow,
total.
That's less than I thought. Okay. This is including all boys, even
this is all Technic.
And that's including like the $20 and $30 John Deere or whatever, like the little ones.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's what Ellie just or Eli. I don't know how you say it. Sorry, but could be. It's probably Eli spelled differently. Metal Gear. Yeah. So I think look, the big takeaways are not everything needs to be a theme.
Yep.
Pokemon. I'm going to say it again. I missed part of your convo. Like, I'm sorry, I had to go run upstairs, take care of something, but I feel like they knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, based on what I know. A couple misses, sure, but like they pretty much hit all the bases there. I don't know that Lego could do better. What did you say about that? Do you think they could? Was there any glaring misses there? Because I feel like if I was going to design one based on what I know, they
better or worse doesn't matter. It just has to be different, in my opinion. And the easiest way to do that is minifigures and small molded Pokemon, because you're not, if you just do the buildable route again, you're just doing exactly what Mega did.
Yeah.
If you're doing those larger Pokemon characters,
yeah,
you're just copying. You have to do something different if you're going to do anything at all. And yes, it should be a theme. Not everything needs to be a theme, but some things should be a theme.
Oh, Pokemon should not be a one-off. Yeah.
Like Pokemon, like Zelda, should not be a one-off.
Right.
Looking like it is at this point.
Yeah.
But
I really hope they're not holding that against it, and they probably are.
But just give us something. Just give us like another set, but make it like $60. Like, I like the Lord of the Rings.
I could not. I would have never dreamed that they would do what they've done with that.
I like the Lord of the Rings. Give us like not the scale. Like not
Lord of the Rings should be a 2-off too.
Super expensive, but give us. I mean, Lord of the Rings technically had brickheads if you want to get technical, but
they don't count.
Give us like a yearly thing here and there.
Like a 60-80 boy, whatever.
Yeah, for Zelda. For Lord of the Rings, no. I want $1,000 Lord of the Rings set, honestly. Like, just
so the way the licensing things usually work, and Coop called it out, is it's by years. I mean, I've done both where it could be by number of products, but that's what I'm afraid of. Is like they're like, I don't see Lego agreeing to like we're going to give you a blanket 3-year license and just releasing one set. They must have said we'll do one set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you'd be a moron, a total moron to be like, we have this license for 3 years. What are we doing, boys? $300 set, just one of them. And if it tanks, we're out. Like that would just be the stupidest move ever.
Yeah. Like I wonder what that agreement actually is, because like you look at these icon sets where clearly they just went to whoever and said, hey, we want to make one of these. Can we do that? And they reach a deal. But yeah, something like Lord of the Rings where they're doing a yearly one, that they just keep going back and saying, hey, last year went good. Let's do it again this year. Like it has to be just like a year by year basis on those type of deals.
Eli, I love that idea. We should do an elimination next time.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You could do like you could almost do like a draft at that point. People
Yeah.
could have to pull in 3 different themes.
It's like if Star Wars is left on the table, you better have a damn good reason to eliminate.
You have to give a reason.
Because people say like Potter should take a timeout. Even if people are bitching about Star Wars, I've never heard anyone go to the level that like they need to give it a timeout.
Potter doesn't need a timeout. It needs to be scaled back. Yeah. Potter should be getting the Lord of the Rings treatment. That fixes everything.
Potter. Yeah. All right. Like anything to plug? I know we're working on some stuff. I want to be respectful of your time.
We're working on a couple things. I got to send you a couple things that I was going to send you yesterday, but then I had another 13-hour day, so I didn't, but I will.
You're excited about the brick shell thing, and we will let the cat out of the bag. You're working on that with me. It's something that's this isn't just
yeah, I'm very excited. Fodder, I want to see that in people's hands.
Yeah. I just want to see what people do with it.
Yeah, that's going to be the most interesting thing. But yeah, we got that. This
isn't lip service. That's the term I'm looking for. It's not just lip service. We are doing something that's never been done.
It's
we do lip service around here plenty, don't get me wrong. But this one's like, I'm pretty pumped about it, actually.
Well, and like we've tossed this one back and forth, I feel like, for a few months. What's up? It's the fucking lover.
Yeah. We're really thinking this one through, so we want to do it right, obviously. But
and it's different from the ones you did before.
Yes.
The Box of Boys case and the anniversary case. So I like that.
Still us, too. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Still, yeah.
Very much on brand.
Well, on brand, yeah.
So yeah, hopefully get that moving soon.
Yep.
We'll have maybe a couple smaller things here and there over the next couple months.
And then all roads lead to the UGS for Brickworld.
All leads to that. Keep working on that day by day. And
I don't know if you've done show and tell, but and I mean this, everybody I've either shown some things or floated it by, they're all like 1,000,000% yes. Wouldn't change a thing. That is exactly what you should do. So I feel pretty good about it.
That's good. I like hearing that. So hopefully we have more.
It's on the fucking nose. Like it couldn't. I honestly, I'm like, there's. Sometimes I'm hesitant on stuff, but that one I'm like, yeah.
I'm hoping April we get some more news on that. But
yeah, April-ish, May-ish. This we'll figure out the release strategy, but just know I think it's safe to say we will have it for order and then Brickworld pickup. I think that's safe to say because I was very successful last year. I think everybody enjoyed. I think the one thing we could change is, well, I don't want to commit to that, but I would like to have at least 5 or 10 extra to sell.
Yes. No, that's 100% the plan.
So bad. Some of the boys rolled up and they're like, "We thought for sure you'd have extras."
Hey, people are still getting them though, man. I'm seeing in the Discord, right? People are still somehow.
Well, I think people think like we're like everyone else when we say, like, this is all we're making, and then they're like, "Yeah, but they're gonna do." It's like when we tell you it's all we're making, like that is it. And it's not to be whatever. It's just there's risk involved, guys. And like we also do like keeping it a little bit exclusive and premium.
Yeah.
Because you guys deserve it. If we made a bazillion of things, like that's not special.
The goal is
we'd be friends. You know what I mean? If we made a bunch of things that people didn't want, we'd be friends.
the goal is to get
dreams. I meant friends. Whatever.
The goal is to get the set made for Brickworld, but then to have a couple extra for
not a shit ton though. So
whoever rolls up,
and there will be a price increase because you have to carry them. That's all I'm saying.
Those are your rules, man. I'll just follow those. Sounds good to me.
Well, everybody else is scalping. No, we'll figure it out. But Shreddy needs a box. Shreddy doesn't have a Box of Boys case. Who has like? Didn't a couple people bought 4 or 5?
No, I think he's saying he wants like an actual case, like a brick shell case.
That's what I'm saying. We made them. I'm saying I think some people might be sitting on multiples.
Oh, he didn't get one of the originals. I see.
Shreddy, you didn't get one of the original, the black and yellow.
I mean, there were only 66 made, right?
That's true. We still don't know who has it. You know, I'm starting to think Abe has it.
I have 9. Someone was putting together.
The printer cut off at 65.
It probably did. It crapped out. They ran out of. I'm an
idiot. I'm like, give me number 2. Like, what kind of idiot am I?
Probably
what I said was I want
numbers. Like,
no, but I was like, I want somebody to have the good number. I don't, I want.
I'm
somebody
with
to have
Cooper.
the-
There's only 65.
Oh,
I don't think there's actually 66. There's 65 of them.
missing the OG and the boy set shreddy. Oh man. Let's see. A lot of friends going on here. All right, boys. Lake, get some rest. I keep saying you're leaving, but go get some rest, dude. You had a hell of a day. Congrats on the overtime, sir. Proud of you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Weekly pickups. I'll show you this.
Oh yeah, hit it.
Got some parts there. Does that make you guys happy? Got some parts. And my my
take,
awesome GWP.
90 days or what is it?
It took like 6 days. It was incredible. I was a little worried placing the order because it was a decent size order, and I was like, "Is this stuff ever going to show up?" And it actually did very quickly. So I was pretty pleased. I'm still waiting on my ring wraith torsos from October, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to bed.
Dubs in the chat for Lake, the creator.
Later.
All right, guys. For the next 30 minutes or so, if anyone wants to jump in, something new we're doing around here, I just posted the Linkovich. So if you guys want to come say hi for a bit, chop it up, we can do that. And then I got to roll myself. There it is. Coop coming to us live from the Blurry Vision. Are you in the Mexico factory right now, Coop? Where?
Yes, I'm underground. I am tunneling it in right now.
All right.
What's good, boys?
Malls, Vengeance in the building. Ostef Sprix with ooh, he's mysterious. Let's first off, Ostef, are you okay? It's very dark where you are.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, buddy. I appreciate you checking in. All's good in the hood. As Mr.
Stickler
Rogers
Bricks. Continue the part of the brick connection. You're gonna do an after hours, Ostef?
Yeah. You know,
Oh,
just
post it.
because
I like that.
just because I am a huge fan of Johnny Lawrence, that man has done so much for me as a person over growing up, and I want to give that show a proper goodbye.
All right. Oh, look at Mark with the pit hair.
Mark.
That's
Oh
luxurious.
yeah,
Oh,
you got
Yeah,
Chewbacca
yeah.
beat there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was doing the gratuitous.
You're gonna get me like demonetized showing that bush.
That was great. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Sorry. Oh, it's
dude, that
bad.
banner was crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my weekly pick.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, do it again, Coop. I'm sorry, I didn't give it the respect. Sorry, we're all infatuated with Mark. Luxurious.
Oh my god.
Good stuff. Oh yeah, that's the CAD, right?
Yeah.
Now, is this the only one you own now because you got rid
No,
of the
I
other
have,
one?
I have 3, and I have another one on the way. I just got from Maddie today. So
Coop, can I ask you a favor or a question and then / favor perhaps?
yeah.
Do they make any Jedi ones? Return of? Like, is there a Jabba one?
Maybe I can look into it. There's
All
a
right.
database, but it's not a complete list.
Okay.
And I have a lot of the prequel stuff.
I guess
There's,
I'm saying like I can't just DM Maddie. I'll just do that. I guess.
Yeah, I mean he has like
If anybody
do-
has it.
dozens of them. He has dozens, and he's got more. Like he's got like a 30 lot coming in next week or something like that. So I want to box them down.
All right. So as we're starting kind of our own post game, but if Ostef is officially the post game part, this is fantastic. Let's toss it around the room. Maul, what was missing from tonight? Is there like a theme that you maybe like? I want you to think about what you'd personally like to see, but then I want you to use some business sense and be like, what do you think would actually work? If like your ass was on the line and you were like, I have to pitch this thing, what would you like to see and why do you think it would work? If there's anything. If you don't have one, it's fine.
The biggest one I saw in the comments was Hunger Games. And I
Yeah,
know we're a little
is it
too
too late?
overdue.
Is it late?
Yeah, but I feel well. They did like a new movie not so long ago, right? I think
Last
so.
year.
Did it
Yeah.
flop? I feel
Yeah,
like
it
no-
flopped
Say,
hard.
I feel like it didn't do well.
yeah.
But that original trilogy, I know my age.
Yeah, it was
growing
billions
up, I
of
even read
dollars.
the books. I don't
Yeah.
read books at all, but I read all 3 of those books. And
Yeah, that's
watched
when you know
every
something's
movie.
good.
Exactly. I think business wise, like kind of like the Twilight in a sense, even if it's not too much in right now, I think it would still boom with popularity.
Is it a
They could do
theme
so
though,
many.
or is it you pick an iconic location and you make like a big fat ideas 250. We get all the key players. Is that
I
good
think
enough?
an ideas of the arena going and
Yeah.
a nice middle piece in there with all your contestants on the outside rolling up, that would be insane. But I don't know about a full theme. They could for sure with all the content on there, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd go full into it on it. But maybe a small wave would work out business wise. But I think it would
Another
do
movie
good.
coming. All right, Shreddy. Oh, he wants Lego Curious George. It's right there in his. All right, we'll get back to Shreddy. Bark, who's the CBO from
That's
little,
right.
little show you might have heard.
right.
Mark, what dated reference? No, I'm kidding. What would you like to see? That's like popping.
All right, here's my concept.
Don't say Mary Poppins. Don't do that.
Hear me out.
Who left?
Shreddy.
Oh, Shreddy. Sorry, Shreddy.
All right. My concept would be Fabuland.
A reboot. We're gonna do a reboot episode, I think, Bark.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, okay. So you want a new one?
Yeah, give me
You want a
something
new
fresh.
concept?
Yeah.
All right. Well, one thing I really think they should do is do a CMF series for Animal Crossing.
All right.
I agree with you, Mark.
I think that would kill you.
Okay, now I'm
That'll
gonna push you one more time. Something they've never done.
Oh, fucking A, man.
Willy Wonks, dude. Willy Wonks would be cool. I just thought of that.
They've done that on ideas. Yeah. I'll say,
Did they make it?
I don't know. The Clockwork Orange. I want to see a Clockwork Orange made out of Lego.
Dude, Pulp Fiction. Let's just go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Pulp Fiction would be.
With Frankie.
Has Citizen done Pulp Fiction? They must have.
Yeah.
They had to have.
They did.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in
did.
myself that I don't actually have an answer for this, but yeah, not really.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Not really sure.
As I said it, I'm like, they had.
I'm
to
looking
have
at
made
it right now.
They've had
we
to
were
have
trying
made it.
to we were trying to make a topic for last Sunday that was like themes that people want produced, and I couldn't even find anything about it. Then it turned out to be your topic tonight. We dropped it for Sunday, for last Sunday. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, good to know, because I couldn't come up with anything.
Well,
so I'm having the same. I'm feeling the pressure right now.
It's funny because what happened was we kind of went into it with like Castle on Tuesday's show, and I was like,
yeah,
and that spurred me to go like, what new themes have what's your dream theme that you want that doesn't exist yet? And then last night, Bearded Brickman, Beard with the Brick, god damn it, they're all these names.
The bearded.
Anyways, he's like, what would you do? So I wrote him, I go, hey, just so you know, because you guys know I'm huge on not biting anybody. I'm like, I was planning on running this, so I'm gonna run it. I'm not necessarily asking you, I'm just telling you, like, we're doing this, but like we already had that in the card, so please don't feel like I'm biting your shit. He's like, all good, brother. So anyway,
yeah. I'll think about it. I'll think about it a little bit. And,
Ostif,
circle back, please.
Now, Ostif, again, I'm going to challenge because you were whipping out several thousand of them, but I want you to, your ass is on the line. Your own money's going into it.
Okay.
I want you to think about really like what hasn't been done and what would sell. Remember, your job's on the line here. Like, what would you put your neck out for? Because Mark and I'll tell you, not that everyone else wouldn't, because you guys are working too, but we've been in the world a long time. People lose their ass over real bad decisions. So what would you put out there if you had
like buying Brick World? Like,
yeah.
Can I have like a minute 30?
Sure. Rune, what do you got, bud? You got something for me?
Oh, I got it right and ready.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I was asking for a minute 30 to discuss it.
I thought you needed a minute 30.
No, I got it.
I
It's
thought
on
the same,
top.
Sean. Made sense to me.
Okay. I have already said it, but I'm going just because this summer is another movie coming out. So I'm anticipating a big boom because fathers are going to bring their children. All right. But give us an actual Karate Kid wave. Okay. Give us a
You're
preemptive.
still riding the Karate Kid.
Yeah. Just because of the fact right now.
I want your 4 sets. I want your fig lineups. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm thinking we could do, kind of like an ideas style, like size. You give us the Miyagi-Do house. Okay. But you give us LaRusso and Miyagi. All right. As one iteration.
Gear. Street clothes, right?
Yep. But you can also give us the new generation where you can put Robbie Keane in there. You can put Tori. You can put the whole new batch. Then you give us the original.
Are you going to give me a couple classic cars in there? I need to know more about
You get
this.
3. You get 3 of the classic cars.
Okay.
You get the banana.
Speed champs or smaller? What do we?
We'll go speed champ size.
Okay. Wow. All right.
You get the banana boat, as Sam calls it.
Okay.
All right. Then you can also include of course, you have to have Miyagi's pickup truck. I mean, that's iconic.
Mhm.
That's synonymous with Miyagi.
All right, that's set 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Set 2, you give us the original Cobra Kai dojo.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And then, you could have half of it being like nice inside and the other half like kind of barren. Because if you remember in the third installment.
Hold on, Mark's got something going on. What's wrong, Mark?
No, I was responding to Animal Crossing. I didn't realize you could hear me.
I thought he had a leak going on. All right, go ahead.
No, nothing.
That would be our second. You can have the Terry Silver variation of Cobra Kai. When Kreese is away on vacation, after the terrible suffering of, what happened. And then right after that, give us the Miyagi workshop in Danny's apartment complex.
Okay.
And then outside of that, you have the skeleton ambush.
Ambush would be insane.
Yeah, but that would be tied into it.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in the scene, it's right outside the workshop. So it would tie in. And he could have. And then for the very last set.
Wait, so he was almost home in that? Is that what that was?
Yeah,
I thought it was closer to the school where they.
No, he was like.
That's why Miyagi was there. Okay.
Yeah, that's why he jumped over the fence and that scene. And then the very last
face reveal. Oh shit, we got Maddie.
Yo, what's up?
Put the robe on.
Maddie, this is the most important question on earth right now. Did they make banners of like old guy stuff that I would enjoy?
Absolutely. So I guess, what are some themes that you would enjoy?
Return of the Jedi only.
Return of the Jedi.
So they make a Jabba Sally B. What are we talking about here?
They did make a Jabba sail barge, but I think there's definitely some original trilogy ones for sure.
All right, let's keep our eyes peeled, Maddie. I'm just saying. Let me know.
For sure. And if you guys do want to look through a bunch of the different banners that they've made, if you look up display flag on Bricklink, that's like kind of the code name for it.
Do you have any on hand, or you probably don't, or else you'd say I have a. You might.
Yeah, I actually don't have any original trilogy ones. The closest thing to original trilogy one I've got is the Death Trooper banner. But I've got like 30 or so banners, but they're all Clone Wars or a prequel. And then I also have a couple non-Star Wars ones too. But if you look up display flag on Bricklink, there's literally like over 400 different banners. There's not that many Star Wars ones, but
look at Richie. This is getting out of hand.
How are we doing?
Maddie, well, thank you. There's 400. Oh, okay. So being a completionist is impossible. All right. Guys, listen. Timmy is out there. Lego Timmy is threatening a face reveal right here on ACOB. And he's saying, like, dude, I mean, Timmy, I don't want to pressure you, but you better. No, I'm kidding. If that's something you want to do, man. Oh, okay. Richie wants to seem a little cooler than he is. Here comes Richie. Richie, first of all, good to see you, brother. It's been a while.
Likewise, I'm back for good now. Well, that's what I say every time, but I feel like
but I've noticed you used to dip foot in the pool, but I feel like I've been seeing you the last 3 or 6 months. You're back in the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally hit like 7 weeks straight of uploading for the first time since like fall of 2023. So slowly but surely. And look, I have a microphone now. That's big time. I didn't have a mic.
Don't cover that beautiful face. That's all I'm saying. You gotta cheat it down. There you go.
The final. Can I do what this final set would be real quick?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a big jump around guy.
And then the final
like that
set.
dog in whatever Disney movie that is. Go ahead.
The final set. Give us golf and stuff. Give us the Johnny fig with Elizabeth Shue's fig, Allie Mills.
Give us. You weren't going to leave her out.
Yeah. Give you the Elizabeth Shue fig. You got it.
Have those two, and then have Danny as well, but have the new generation where it's Miguel and Sam having their first date. So
did they go to a dance too?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They did, and then Miguel got his rear end beat to death inside of the men's locker room.
So I'm gonna review this pitch. All right. There's one thing that I don't know if you said that is like you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you mentioning the tournament mat.
But so
you have to do that.
That's where I was gonna divide my final bit.
Oh, sorry.
So in each one of those sets, you get a piece of that.
Oh.
So you have to get all the sets that have that
the
tournament.
dick move. I like that.
So you create that chase.
All right.
And tell me I'm not on to something with the final Karate Kid Legends movie coming out this summer.
Yeah.
And with season 6 wrapping up. And you're going to have that prolonged hype over
Now,
those two spans.
Now, Ostif, can I just add something on?
Yeah.
And then I'll green light this thing.
Mhm.
Tournament mat. If I'm picking up what you're putting down, you get like a quarter of it with each set or whatever. I need the damn tournament board, though. You got to have that. The All Valley. You got to have that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But-
Approved. We'll make it. It's done.
Right on.
Dude, it's been a while since we've had Maddie on.
Dude, it feels good to be on.
Yeah, Maddie,
I know,
I
Trainer,
hear
hit
you're
me up
selling.
in the DMs, and he's like, "Hey, they're talking about banners." I was like, "Oh man, I just sent in my on my whatnot auction," so I was like, "I'll hop on and see what's up."
I haven't talked to you in a minute, but dude, congrats on your continued success on whatnot, killing the game, top dog. I through friends of mutual friends, you're lapping your year-over-year stuff. You're just really on top of the world. So I want to say congrats to you and everything you're doing over there. And again, like we always say on the show, everyone we're friends with, we mess with, it's not just that they're exceptional at some of this stuff, but they're really good people. So I want to say, thank you for being you and just everything you're doing for the community. And the amount of stuff that I hear where they'll talk about you, which I happen to know you, but whatever, the things I overhear where there's praising you, it's like so good to hear, like stuff you don't even hear. They're like, oh, he did this and this for me, and I got the best deal, and this thing I always wanted, and then behind the scenes, he hooked me up on a bro deal. Like, you're just really going above and beyond. So thank you, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like Ostif, he's one of those guys. Coop's one of those. I mean, half of them are here. We got to get you out to Brick World, dude.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
Mark, this is the number one seller on whatnot, by the way. I mean, the Star Wars. Yeah,
I've got predicament that I'm in. So the weekend of Brick World every year, it's always on the same weekend, right?
Yeah.
That's the same
Father's Day weekend
that my wedding anniversary is on.
Oh,
I know, dude. I should have
Bring the
looked at
wife.
the
Bring the
dates
wife.
before I got married.
Yeah. it does cycle through. So it should be off that weekend, like every 4 years.
Mark, are you going to give him the divorce
There we
pitch
go.
like you normally do, or no?
Right.
So
There's
it's
always
like a leap year.
options.
See, this is where Mark usually the wedding anniversary, that's a whole another ball game. But I've been privy to when people will pitch Mark the Father's Day boohoo thing. I've done it to him myself. You know what he says, and it's very smart as a businessman. He's like, well, nobody said you didn't have to bring all the kids.
Right.
You gotta bring all the
There we
kids. That's
go.
your problem. This is a family-friendly event. Have them come out here and celebrate.
Invite your dad. Tell the kids that's what we're doing for Father's Day because that's what you want to do.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, it's
bulletproof,
like-
actually.
That'd be
yeah,
a pretty cool little event for sure.
Yeah, Maddie, my sister's birthday is June 22nd, and sometimes Brick World ends on her birthday, and sometimes it's like it ends the week before. So it'll cycle through. You'll get a year where it's not on your anniversary.
Sweet.
Depends on the number week of the
And
year.
by the way, just pick a inconsequential one. Like, I don't know, number 8. Like, nobody cares about 8. 10,
Yeah.
you got to be home. But
6,
8,
4.
4, it's
I
like,
like
stop
it.
5.
Maybe I can just like change all the days on our calendars and stuff, and then like
I'll Photoshop it.
play it so it ends up being a week before when it's not really.
Look, Maddie, if it's a year where there's no anniversary sets, you're good to go. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
so it can't be like a 20 or 25.
No, you got Mark's cool with you staying home on that, but the other years you got to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm good like 6 through 9, and then I'm probably not 10, but then I'm good like 11 through 14, maybe not 15, but then like 16 through 19.
Standard saying 4, 7, and 9 are dust. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Now, I will say, if you take off on 9, you've upped the ante for 10, which we should all be taking care of the big ones, the 10s, the 20s, all that stuff.
True.
I feel like you could take off 15.
There you go.
Yeah. So is 10 like a CC Boba sort of situation?
Yeah, you
Like,
got to
be
go.
CC Boba level.
Yeah, you got to go hard in the paint.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta make sure you have that IG.
my girl for
poster.
10, it was a nice Tiffany piece. I'll leave it at that. Plus a nice, So
I better start saving.
you got to go hard on the big ones. You have to. Bearded Brickman, this is a question for Mark. What's the weather like in Chicago around Brick World? I guess we all know this answer, but I'm not a fan of the cold. It is not cold at all.
No, it's like 90 degrees, humid, and there's going to be a thunderstorm, probably even a tornado warning.
Oh,
Also, and
Chicago
Richie will
Right.
back me as the
Opposite
most seasoned
extremes.
veteran, I think, on this panel. Richie, does anyone care what's happening outside because you're pretty much indoors besides when you eat? Is that kind of
Yeah, stay in
Much
as much as
humidity
you
are we
can and
talking?
enjoy the AC.
yeah?
You have no reason to leave, and only go out when you have to for food and such. But other
Celsius,
than
please,
that,
you
stay with
figure
other
that out.
people.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees
I'll throw you
Celsius
some
in Chicago.
Celsius
Good
across
job.
the Atlantic, sir.
And
All
wear
right, how much
deodorant,
humidity are
please.
we talking though?
100%.
Oh,
All right, so
It's
Maul,
rough.
here's the deal.
Rough.
If you happen to park far away from the venue, here's all that happens at Brickworld. Everyone tell me if I'm wrong. You get to the hotel, you pretty much are there 90, 95% of the time. You do leave to do the following things. Get food, get Lego from elsewhere, which sounds crazy because there's all the Lego you want, but you got to go to the Lego store, you got to do that stuff. If you are parked 10 or more rows away from the venue, you will get a couple ounces of ball and back sweat.
100%.
Swampy.
Okay. If you have a quickie
Swamp.
remote for your
You'll be
rental
swampy.
car,
yes.
if
Hey, you
you
can sell that stuff at the convention then.
if you can pre-cool the car,
Do
then
it.
those things are taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I left
100%.
Virginia and went to Arizona. I don't like that humidity. I left.
You prefer just dry.
Dry heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean, the car this
Humidity is
year
my
has a remote
weakness.
start.
There you go. There you
Made upgrade.
go.
So we do it.
Let's see what we can do. Well, we can go a little off topic, but on topic. Coop, how you feeling about? I mean, we didn't call you out tonight because I'm a little confused about the rules. What are you hearing about posting things that shouldn't be posted? Are you nervous? What's going on?
I mean, I do have a backup account now. Got cooped just in case I do get cooped. So, I think it's just for land members for now. Supposedly, well, that was they kind of I don't know that leaked out that the rules were changing and then it was going to be stricter.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's necessarily in place because I've seen land members still leak videos,
including some of our friends were on this broadcast very
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
and so I'm not really worried because I don't know. I'm a small fry. If they get me, they get me. If they don't, they don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my job, so I'm just kind of going with the flow. trying to be
You're a man of the
on
people.
time and accurate as best as I can.
There you go. So I guess wait, Maddie and Richie. Yeah, we haven't asked you this question yet. People want to know, Maddie, what theme? Try to be brand new or one they haven't had. If you say dimension stuff, that's fine because it's like a one-off. But if there was a big high dollar, we're investing in this for 4 years theme that they're not doing right now, what would you pick?
Are you saying like a new
IP.
theme for Lego to come out with?
Yeah. That you think would do well. Your job's on the line. You're betting on this big. It's not what you personally maybe want to see, but what you think would do well.
I would bring back Castle. I'd do a full Castle line.
Has to be brand new.
Yes.
Oh, brand new. Ooh.
Oh.
Because Castle, we're gonna do reboots. Richie, we should have you on for that because we're gonna do reboots, and we'll do 4 hours.
I
on
will
Castle.
die on that castle in Pirates Hill. You
All
know
right,
it.
all
I will
right.
illustrate the perfect line.
Give me a minute to think.
All right, Richie,
come up
what's
with a
one
good
they
one.
haven't done? Some of the ones we threw out tonight. Whether you're
I
into
don't have. That's the issue. I don't have any because, like
Yeah.
Maddie, I was going to go with Castle or I was going to go with Pirates.
well, let
I
me tell you a
think-
few we had tonight.
Does it have to be
WWE
like
hasn't
this?
been done. Pokemon hasn't been done. NFL hasn't been done. Like we're trying to think of like big global properties that they haven't done yet.
FIFA.
FIFA's been yeah, I guess
It hasn't been done exactly, but
That's true.
I think it's big enough. But that's beside the point.
For
Anybody,
multi-year. For
anybody-
multi-year though. How many soccer goals can you make though? It's like
Anybody mention Dragon Ball Z tonight during the stream?
no,
Not yet.
that's a good one.
Not yet.
Yeah, I see that one. I see that one a lot. You see that in ideas a lot too. UFC would be very interesting. I think the alien properties would be interesting. I'd buy that. I mean, the thing is, like nowadays, like, especially like
500. That's true. We just need where you can make 500 dudes versus 500 dudes, and I think that's what Richie wants too.
I'm sure Sean can
That's
attest to
Castle.
this. He's probably got similar experience. Like growing up before they had the Star Wars and Harry Potter license, there wasn't really there wasn't really anything but like those evergreen themes of City Castle Space. And so just like when they finally came out with Star Wars and they went very quickly into Harry Potter, it was kind of like it was a brave new world. And now I can't even think of an IP that I watch that they haven't done. Like any of the big pop culture stuff they're already in line with and they're making deals with. So it's hard to come up with anything that I'd want to see, especially since I don't build sets, that they haven't already done. You know, anything I can think of, they're all over.
Is Animal Crossing the only like sets you've built in the last several years?
No, I do the Christmas sets and some other sets with my family. Like we sit around the table. And
that's the only one
turns.
that's been like besides Christmas that you've bought, right? Like every single one.
I buy them, but I buy them for parts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was the idea with the NFL suggestion? Was it just to make like fields and have players, or would there have some like icon sets as well on the side of different stadiums as well?
Yeah. So here's the problem, right? Like stadium, right? Like conservatively 250, 300 per stadium times 32 teams, never going to happen. And so my solve for the stadium was, for the most part, and obviously SoFi, obviously there's some iconography with all the stadium, Soldier Field, like you can at a glance on a lot of them see what they are, but for the most part they're a bowl with a football field in the middle. So my solve for that was, let's just make a UCS stadium, and then it would be painful, but you'd include 32 sets of stickers for all the teams, and then you could have your stadium. So that solves the stadium, because they're not going to make that many stadiums. The other things we ran into, we said, okay, you can make helmets, but again, is that a sticker thing? Because you're not going to make 32 helmets. So maybe you boil it down to the top 8 most popular factually selling teams, Cowboy, just teams that are just big for everybody. The other thing is like, okay, this doesn't work if you don't have the players. You got to have the players, and whether that's in a CMF or held behind, some sort of set paywall, you got to have the players. The biggest reason for not happening is, unlike in the movies where an actor is playing a character and you could defend the character, like Jack Sparrow, in real life, he's had some issues. Yeah. You can separate the man from the character to a degree, but in football, it's like Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. He hits his girlfriend.
We're not gonna have Lego Adrian Peterson,
right? That's
with a stick.
That's
Adrian Peterson.
You hit your old lady like that. That's getting pulled, right? So there's conservatively 10 decently sized scandals in the NFL every year of size and scope.
Conservatively,
the ones we hear about. You know how many are just buried that we don't even know about. And this isn't even counting roids and stuff, whatever, And so Lego is going to want to stay the hell away from that. But I'm just saying, from a property standpoint, NFL would be massive if done right. The other question you ask is like, does the average beer swilling guy like me, most guys like me, would they buy a bunch of that stuff? And it's like, they would, but here's the problem, Mark.
FPJ.
I'm thinking about myself, Richie, and it's like, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I'm gonna have a really hard time buying any other team, especially the ones that are my rivals. So it's like a very territorial thing, and I could see people like, oh, I'd be down for Lego NFL, and I would buy the Bears helmet, and I would buy, because that's my team, or I'd buy the Dolphins helmet, that's my team. So it's like, I'm not gonna buy the other 32.
Not buying the Chiefs helmet.
No, like Chiefs are like the most hated team, but then they also have their bandwagoners, and they'd probably be
Arrowhead Stadium. Could we get Taylor Swift as a minifigure exclusive to the set?
This is where it comes into play, and so like
that would sell.
It would sell, but then you'd have people who wouldn't buy it specifically.
Random blonde lady, not Taylor Swift.
Random blonde lady.
I truly think.
But Amy brings up a good point though. But wouldn't you want the rivals for the versus part? I guess you
Amy
would.
Schultz.
I truly think with the NFL, the only thing that would work would be CMFs.
Of just
CMFs, Pro Bowl, MVPs,
It
Hall of
doesn't have to be the quarterback. It could be
Famers,
the top player on the team. It's
all
not
of
always
just
just
different
yeah.
top people.
Yeah, it could be the running back, whoever the star player. There's one star player. Well,
What
some
they
have
should
multiple.
do to
Hall of
avoid
Famers too.
avoid controversy is put the jersey number on, like for the Bears, put on Walter Payton's jersey number, make it 34. It's generic Bear, but it's also someone
People
who
would want it to be Walter, though.
can't cause any or do a generic where there's just
He's already
a
gone.
random
He's not
number
going to
there.
have any new controversies. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess I mixed 2 points together. Either make it generic or make it someone who's dead.
So it was that one, Richie, and then we said Pokemon, which we reviewed the full Mega Bloks catalog, and I know F all about Pokemon, but from what I saw, like they kind of knocked it out of the park, quite frankly. And so I'm wondering, like, number one, could Lego do it better? There's a hot rumor that they're going to pick up that license because it's expired, but I'm like looking at it, I'm like, they're not going to be as generous. The prices won't be as good. I don't trust them to do it as well as Mega Bloks.
I don't know how they could. I don't think they could, because I mean, think about how many sets
all
Lego
printed.
is releasing every year. I mean, they don't have like this. I don't know. I'm like really passionate about this whole like shelf space issue, but it matters to me. Like when I go to a Lego store nowadays and they don't even have, all the sets properly displayed, like 10-15% of the sets are on their side where I have to, literally take it off and like see what it is. Like there's only so many sets you can release at a certain point, Now, if they want to knock off Dreams or Ninjago and go into Pokemon, so be it, honestly. Like, go ahead, please.
Oh, I don't think them having room for it is the concern.
Yeah.
They'll make room.
A good idea.
All right.
So in 2026, December 2026, we're getting a new Shrek movie. So what if beginning of 2026 they release a few sets of like some of the older Shrek movies, and then so those are kind of like on the shelf for the most of the year, and then once the new movie releases, they could do
kind of like
sets
Avatar.
for the new movie.
They typically
kind
do
of like
that,
Avatar. But I don't think that theme could be sustainable for 5 years. Like that'd be like a 1 year and done.
I think DreamWorks in general, somebody mentioned it earlier, because that solves a couple of problems. I think but again, Disney might be like, you're not doing DreamWorks because we don't know what happens in the back rooms, right? Obviously, they've done DreamWorks stuff. They did Despicable. What else did we talk about? Trolls, whatever. I think if they could come to terms with a 5-year catch-all DreamWorks thing, I think that could have some legs. And that way, it's like you dodge in and out. Like Shrek's coming. All right, well, we're gonna do 4 Shrek sets in 26. And then Train Your Dragon's coming soon, so we'll do 4 of those in the back half of 26. And then, oh my God, there's another Despicable coming. That's going to be winter 27. I think a DreamWorks catch-all Kung Fu Panda, whatever it is, like all their stuff they have, I think that could probably work. And I just thought of something else. Universal Monsters would be insane.
Yeah.
Mark, we're talking Frankenstein, like the OG.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering for a second. I'm like, that was Pixar.
No, but I'm talking Universal.
Yeah, that would be big. I mean, they proved
Boris
that
Karloff, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, when they did the original like Monster Fighters line, they kind of dipped their toe in that, and I mean,
and those are probably
that did well.
They probably don't even have to pay for those IP because they're public domain, right? Like Frankenstein's.
I'd imagine they are. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mary Shelley wrote that quite a while ago.
Yeah. So,
I would love to see like a history line, like specifically like Roman history, and preferably like sets that are minifigure size scale. Like give me a minifigure size Colosseum or that sort of thing. I don't know if it would be kind of like Adventures or Pharaoh's Quest, or would be people going back to look at these things, or like instead like taking us to like Roman or Greek ancient Greece times. But I would love to see something like that. Like I love
ancient history. So cool. I love that.
And like obviously they've done some of the CMFs, but then again, then you run into the whole issues of like how would people react? Like let's say you make like obviously we had the Colosseum set, right? But like if you make a Colosseum that's like in the time where people are getting eaten by lions or whatever, they're a gladiator fight. Like I don't know how people would react to that. Maybe they'd be like, "Oh, you're glorifying this," or whatever. So,
but they've already made like the Roman soldier, the Spartans. They've made all those in the CMFs, and I don't see how big it's not that big of a jump to me, at least.
Yeah. Now, if they make the minifigure that can be disemboweled, like actually has
or bloody figs, or
that'd be epic.
Yeah, because they actually made a Gladiator CMF, right? Is one of the early ones. Is that one with like
Yeah.
the copper painted helmet?
Yep.
Yeah, with like the grills, right?
Yeah,
Hey, a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
They
were
made an
cut- I
Emperor
thought-
fig. Like,
True.
yeah.
300 Spartans. Ooh.
Shreddy's saying it was series
I
2.
wish I had 300 Spartans.
Ooh, that would be with King Lee and that. Oh, come
Maybe they could tie that in with like a Seven Wonders of the World theme. Sort of thing,
Yeah.
something like that. That'd be cool.
Like
Yeah,
a
that'd be
Lego
great.
Machu
History set,
Picchu.
would love it.
But I would love
That'd be
I would
sick.
love if it was like minifigure scale though. Like I
Oh,
like
hold
I
on. I have to grab something I built the other day that I tried to make like kind of Machu Picchu-ish.
Oh,
I built
nice.
it a while ago.
I would say, because isn't that the Colosseum, the current one, like the architecture scale one, isn't it like $500, something crazy already?
Yeah.
Minifigure scale would be insane.
But
I'd love to see
they could cut some corners with that, make it a little
Yeah.
bit, make
Make
it
a
not
play set.
size accurate,
Like a playset sort of size,
Yeah, definitely.
or you want
I
like a
love it.
$200 Coliseum.
Yeah, just a nice little play set. Cut some corners. Maybe it's not completely accurate to scale, but hey, that's okay.
If
You
you
can
buy
make
two of
multiple
them, you
different
can
sizes, connect them all
Yeah.
together.
yeah. Do a halvesy, and then if you really want the full Coliseum, you could buy two.
They're like the pyramid.
Exactly.
Pyramids would be nice.
Yeah.
I got a little bit antsy, so I drew out all the sets with all the little bonus features.
Too bad nobody can solo you, so we can
Oh,
actually.
wait,
Oh,
wait,
hey,
wait.
look, check that out. Someone can.
So here you got the Miyagi house. You got
Oh
the
boy,
few cars with the truck, right? That's the one I went most in detail with. I kind of rushed around.
Thought I was going to see the Hanging Towers of Babylon, but here we are, the Miyagi
Then
house.
you got the first map with half the scoreboard on the Cobra Kai dojo from the original. You would get their dojo with a little inside play feature. Then you get the other half of that scoreboard with the mat, and then you got the workshop. Miyagi's at, then the chain link fence. Then you'd have the attack, and then you have the fun and stuff. Golf, like mini golf, and then you have like the inside prize area. But with the scoreboard, you would get like an optional sticker sheet. You could have it the old school where it's Russo versus Lawrence, or you could have it where it's Diaz against whoever. So you'd have that option for the sticker placement. So you can pick what generation you want.
Nice.
This is that mock that I made when you guys were talking about the Aztec stuff.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
I thought
Whoa.
That's great.
I tip this down a little bit.
The case too. Oh.
Yeah, in the case.
That's a flex too. I mean, great mock, but also a flex.
That's fantastic, man.
That CMF one of my favorite CMFs ever.
It's a cool
And then-
CMF.
For like the stonework on, I'm not sure how well it shows up. I actually just stacked cheese slopes on their side there.
Ah.
And then I used the Indiana Jones stickers
Yeah, I was about to say.
on the gold pieces.
Very cool.
Smart. That's awesome.
I don't build very often, but I think an Aztec one would be really cool.
Mark, I feel like that would do well at Brick World in some competition.
Oh, hell yeah, it would. Definitely would.
That's
yeah,
pretty
people
small,
would certainly pay
though.
attention to it.
Also, we don't
young
advocate
lad.
for stickers around here, Maddie. But
He was commenting about my scoreboard thing.
Printed bricks. When I was a young lad, I used to do a lot of history projects with Lego and stuff. So I made King Tut's tomb, and then I made a little Tenochtitlan city. It wasn't anything too special. Just made
did
a
you use that
pyramid
to
with
get your
bunch of-
parents to get you parts? That was so smart, Richie.
Oh yeah, no, I had my mom take me to the Lego store, and it was like 2015. And when I went, they had horses on the pab wall, so I got like 2 cups full of brown horses, which is amazing.
Jeez. Yeah,
So I had like all these like Spanish soldiers on these horses, and I was like, "This is the best day of my life." I got all these
Like,
horses.
Do you want me to graduate or not? Like, what are we doing?
That's smart. That's better than popsicle sticks.
Dude, that's smart. That's awesome.
Had my dad buy me a little tomb piece off eBay. I'm like, there we go. Help me get that A, Dad.
There you go.
Thanks, Dad.
I barely got a what the hell was that poster board? I barely got that. You know what I mean? Right, Mark? We used to take chemicals and throw it in a Coke bottle and make a tornado, and that's really good.
I used to,
here is a tornado. Give me a B and it's fine.
do you remember the Fisher Price figures that had like the two hands? One was like this, and the other one was like this. So this hand could hold something, but this couldn't. They were like the big,
big
figures. Yeah. We used my cousin and I used to shoot those with BB guns, and then we got the bright idea to make a hairspray flamethrower and burn some of them. That's what we did for fun.
Did you get an A on that, or
that wasn't a science project?
Oh, it was just for
I was just in the woods. Yeah,
I was looking for the tie together.
Nope. That was that was the way we had fun when we were kids.
So I feel like
destroying stuff.
Rune, you're hanging out. Rune, I forget. Are you coming to Brick World or not?
I am.
Rose local. Sorry for doxing you.
Were you there and we didn't meet you? I forget.
We did meet like very briefly after the the performance you did with Duck Bricks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'll be coming back this year.
Basically, we've got. Wait, is it just Maddie who isn't going?
Oh man,
Maddie, you're the only one on this page. On this recruiting, I just want to point this out to you, sir. So, because Richie, Richie, are we going to see more of you, or are you going to do like the casual one-day Magoo this year?
I think I'm going to try to go. I need to figure out. I'm going to try to get a hotel room. I assume no, the Renaissance definitely is already sold out. So probably get a hotel.
It's very sold out. It's sold out hard.
Yeah,
we've had some registrations cancels. So I would suggest calling the reservation line.
Check the website.
Don't check the website. Call.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch. But I'd like to get a hotel. I mean, obviously, I live close enough, but if I'm there, then I'm gonna stay there. It's it's one of those things where it's just like even a 30-minute drive home. It's like that.
It's too
as
much.
lame as it sounds, it adds up.
Mark stays there. He lives nearby. I mean, he has
so
to.
I'm gonna try to. I don't know. I don't have
hours of
school
sleep.
or anything or work, so I should be able to go for all of it.
All right,
should be good.
I'm just saying. I appreciated the time we had with it last year, but a little more. That'd be nice.
For sure, yeah.
Monday.
It's his wedding anniversary. Give him a break. I'm not giving Maddie a break. Maddie deserves to go to
Chicago's a great city.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't give me a break, Sean.
There's an embassy.
Schaumburg's even better.
You got to go to Schaumburg, dude. If you haven't been, it's
heaven on earth.
There's an Embassy Suites across the street I recommend. There's also the Wyndham Garden, but I would go for the Embassy Suites. I'm trying to find their website here.
Maddie, your wife might like hanging with the boys. And by the way, more and more wives of Lego are showing up to this. Just saying. I'm not saying they all have to be friends, but like CPA's wife's there. Sud City's wife's there. Thank you.
Firebird.
Light Chance, mine shows up this year. It's going to be interesting.
Does she like Lego, Maddie?
So she's built a few of the flower sets, and she also likes the Winter Village stuff.
She also likes.
She's dipping the toes in a little bit.
She also likes the in revenue that you bring in every year. I guess at least respect the Lego.
She's got healthy respect for it.
Marketing, we gotta go.
But as far as I get what you're saying, as far as like normie non-business stuff, yeah. My wife is on this killer streak of just out of nowhere. Last 3 months has just been like way into it, and she's just like blown through stuff that I know she would like, and she's like, "Do you need help with anything?" Like, what? It brings me such joy just to build this stuff and see it finished.
Wow.
And here's where I put her to the test, boys. I let her build like Disney stuff. Like, I'm not trying to be whatever stereotypical, but like she wants to build stuff she's interested in.
Right.
We ran out of that stuff. So then I was like, there is one thing I need help with. She's like, what is it? I'm like, well, I've already built C3PO and R2D2. And you can see them up there. Yeah. And I'm like, there's something. She's like, I was like, we'll do it together. I'm like, just do a few bags, just put it down. If you start it, I'll finish it. Like, sure as shit, dude. Whatever it was, off and on. Obviously, kids, life, all that. Under 2 days, knocks this thing out. And she's like, I just wanted to get through the brown so that I could get to his, damn it, what's the word for his bandolier, thank you, and his crossbow. And sure as shit, she just ran out of gas one night, and I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I?" Because I joked with her, I'm like, "As long as I can do the cool parts." I'm like a true dickhead that I am, and I was like, "Do you mind if?" I'm like, "Can I finish the rest of the bandolier and the crossbow?" She goes, "I don't care. I just want it done. That thing was so boring." And I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Never do that again." So I'm like, "All right. The lesson learned here is not going to give her a ISD, like an all great." She really had and I watched a billion reviews from our friends and everything, and they're absolutely right. I'm sorry, I had to build the right arm, half the bandolier, and the crossbow. Bro, just getting through like the right arm, the 3 different flavors of browns in there,
yeah,
even well lit. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
It's not only is it boring, but it's like tedious and aggravating.
I just built the cherry blossom tree with my mom.
Oh,
and
God.
To
Yeah.
do the trunk, she's 73. I'm 48. I had to turn the flashlight on and shine it on the instructions so I could tell the difference between. I'm like, I don't know where this brick goes because it all just blends into black for me right now. So I feel you.
So, Sparrow, if you're on the fence, which shout out to Sparrow, he's got that wonderful app, WhatFig. Dude, get off the fence, come out and hang with the boys. It's you really owe it to yourself if you can get out.
I went from not going to it thinking it's going to be one of the best weeks of my life, and
It will, and I can't
every single day.
And
You're gonna love
again, I am at risk of overselling, but not with this. I can't possibly.
It's the best time I've ever had in my
Did
entire
I go
life.
too far calling the sail barge the best set of our lives? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I think time will tell. But what I can tell you with certainty is Brick World is the best time you'll have. If anyone who's watching this show and putting up with this nonsense for this long, like it's the best thing you could possibly do this year. Like for real. Like it's everything it is and then more. And I think we've talked about it 10 million times, and I'll just say it one more time. The coolest thing about Brick World is the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
You can expect to hang with the boys. You can expect to see the greatest mock collection you'll ever see. You'll expect to get some really cool buys and all that stuff and amazing food in the area. The thing I can't script for you because it's uncontrollable is what I like to call the hallways, the elevators, the weird shit that you cannot script, where you bump into somebody you've always wanted to meet out of nowhere that you didn't know was there, and you're like, "What up?" And they're like, "Hey, what up?" Da, 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 da. Running into Mark, who's trying to be in disguise, and he was like in no way in any kind of disguise. It was the top 5 funniest moments of my life.
One of the things too is like example,
there's things you can't. Ostef rolling up. I had put down the last beer. I'm like, well, I guess we're going to bed. Ostef comes around the corner with a fresh case of 24. Like things that you cannot script is what makes Brick World to me. Not for everybody. People like predictability. I love the wacky shit, and there's plenty of it there.
Like there's one thing for me, like
throwing people out with Mark, things like that.
Is the first
boys. I'll catch you later.
Take care, Richie.
Sorry,
Richie.
gotta go to bed.
Take
I'm
care.
a tired boy.
All right.
All right.
Later,
Have a good
brother.
night, man.
Take care, guys.
Book that host.
You too.
Like one of the moments for me is like the first night everyone's kind of getting there. I found a piece of a mock inside the elevator, so I put out a feeler on Instagram, and Firebird's like, "Yo, that actually belongs in my mock. Can you bring it into my room real quick?" I'm like, "Bet." So it's just stuff like that. I never expected Firebird to be like, "Yeah, it's mine." It's just those things. You're just like, "Huh, all right."
Mark, read this testimonial right here. Would you?
All right, so Amy Schultz says, I bought Lego for my kid last Christmas, started watching videos, cut a couple ACOBs, bought Brick World badge because of them, never built a set, loved Brick World, nest advice of my life. Probably best advice.
But it's also a nest now. See?
Yeah.
Firebird in the building. What up, brother? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Firebird, I
That's
assume
awesome.
you're back from Japan. That's the last time I was texting with you. No, he's
Brick World was the highlight.
Firebird, did you make videos? I need to see how many friggin' all right. Spoiler, just for the boys. How many give or take mechs did you buy out there?
5,000.
Oh my god. Gundam. How many? I'm sorry, Gundam. How many?
He's doing to 500.
How many Gunpla did you buy?
500, 500.
I want to know. But yeah, man. So I will also say it is what you make of it. But like, if you're down to have it be a good time, like it'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we've had people be concerned. Ostef, I think you had a similar concern a little bit, which is crazy now because you've completely come out of your shell. But like, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to know anybody, and da 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 da. Some people have that concern. Ostef, what would you say to people that are nervous? Like, I'm not typically good. I'm not saying this is you, but people have had that concern. I'm not great in social situations. I'm not great at making new friends. Like, what would you say to people who are nervous about that individual part?
Yeah, like for me, I went through school or whatever, and then I went through service completely, like, bullied all the time, just afraid of like being who I am. But Brick World was like one place where it's like, I was terrified because I knew, like, people, but you don't know how they're going to be in real life,
Right.
So, when I got there, it was like everyone's just like complete bro hug. Like, as soon as I picked up Coop from the airport, it was just immediate bro hug, dude. It was just a good time. And then we got lost at the airport roundabout about 6 times. But it's just stuff like that, Sure, it's annoying when you're there, but that's what the memory is, It's like, if you're nervous going into it, that's valid to do so, but just know it's not going to last like 30 seconds once you get there.
Yeah.
Nice. Accurate.
Firebird got 4, but he wanted stuff he could only get there. All right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. If you can get it here, don't, and the backlog's too big. I hear you.
And that was me. I was scared. And then I got introduced to everyone and been just in this community. It's been amazing. It's improved my life on a whole nother level. And I cannot wait to meet everyone in person. That's going to be.
Gotta get your flight to Akron ASAP.
Dang right.
Likewise.
Maybe Friday to Monday.
What's the plan? You're going to get into Akron and roll down with Ostef or what?
It might be the plan. God, that road trip, 8-hour road trip. Come on. Whew.
So, Mark, we're going to live stream and stuff, right? That's back this year for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We got to get everybody together soon.
Yeah, we got to jam on that. But Ostef, I challenged him, and he sounds like he's open to it. Mark, what would you think about a full, like, how many hours is that, Ostef? 7 times 24. We were saying, because he's sharing a room with Padawan, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine a 7 times 24 hours, like a week long,
168 hours.
160
not just Padawan
I
either.
can't.
Rennie room stream.
A continuous
Rennie room stream.
Oh, the room's gonna be hectic. We got the boys in there.
There's like 6 of us.
Me, Ostef,
Don't tell him
Tyler,
that.
Padawan.
Mark,
don't tell the hotel room.
Mark cannot save you if you get. Don't be loud; they'll kick you out.
Oh, we won't be loud.
That's true. By the time you get back to your room, we'll
gonna
have
be
you
slumped.
exhausted. There'll be no energy to scream.
Yeah, I mean, if we can make it happen, I'm sure people would watch it. I mean, we don't want to give too much away for free, but that's
I'm
that
talking
seems like
literally Ostef's room. No offense, but I don't think anybody will pay for that. Not this year. Maybe next year.
Hey, CJ was.
I'm not gonna take offense to that.
I was on a FaceTime call with Padawan, and he was like, "We're just gonna open up a certain account, and just have a fee."
Dude, just call it the Rennie.
Yeah.
And spoilers, Mark, we do need to look into ordering the slippers. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
All right.
And Mark, I have your video done too. My 10.
By the way, guys, you know how fancy hotels have slippers and robes you can wear? We need those for the Rennie, and I want them to be worn outside of rooms. So we'll see.
Yes.
That'd be
Ban or a
God
cob
tier.
on the slips?
What?
Ban or a cob on the slips?
Rennie on the slips.
Rennie on the
only, baby.
Oh, Rennie on the slips. I already showed him to Mark. He likes them. We just got to put it together. All right, Mark, we got to start crunching soon. We're 120. Jesus.
We really do. Yep, 120 days.
All right. Next week.
I know it.
Plus.
Let's get our big first kickoff. Oh my God, we're there.
Well, I would say check the Discord coordinator channel. Yeah,
I'm going to text you, and then we'll talk.
I'm going to tell you to check Discord.
And then I'll go back and text.
Nope. There's a whole team you have, sir. You got to pay attention to everybody. So Brickworld's about teamwork.
Don't coordinate me yet. Kick off, then coordinate.
Nope.
Damn it. All right. So we've got lots of planning, but just know surprises in store. Some changes, Mark. That'll be good. We'll reveal those soon.
Sure.
Yeah. That'll be good.
I'm just trying to get the basics down at this point of the year. Yeah, a lot left to do. Plenty of time, I guess you could say.
Every creator can take a time slot. I don't know if anyone would want to go to which now sounds like a very stinky 6-person room of Ostivs.
We'll put air purifiers.
Fart
and
content's
black
going to be off the
trees.
chart.
There's
Like,
going to be
oh, no.
automatic Febreze
Lots of
dispensers in every
Febreze.
2 feet.
Bathroom rules and everything we're implementing.
Yeah, I already have a contractual agreement for the showering.
No, Ostif.
Go down to the lobby if you can.
Now, Ostif, this is interesting, and I know you'd be down for it. And Stickler's been saying it, and I didn't think of it last year. But he's saying like after our stream with the boys, like
I'll do it.
It's already scheduled, isn't it?
no,
Or for this show.
I'm talking about for like Brick World, like when we're just chilling. I don't know if we want the camera on it from 2 to whatever. Yeah.
No, we
But,
could do like a little.
yeah,
30-minute
that's yeah, I think that's DLC you got to go there for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, downloadable content.
Yeah, you have to be live. For
Maybe
that
in the
kind of
vlog.
stuff. Maybe in the very small parts of.
Yeah, because I'm hoping I want to have a good time myself too.
All right, we're gonna send her home. We'll go around the room. Coop, anything you want to plug? First, second, Instagram. What do we?
Just follow me, get cooped for any Lego Star Wars news if you want. Don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I don't know. I try to be up to date. Hopefully, get some
I
more
appreciate
stuff
the soft
soon.
sell on that.
Yeah, well,
Maul, what do you have going on, dude?
Instagram, YouTube, Maul's Vengeance. I'm starting up the YouTube again. I only did one video, kind of a one video wonder, but bringing it back again. Got the channel revamped with my boy Allstiff's logo. Got me some more motivation. We're gonna get back on it.
Nice. Rune, what do you got going on? I see the Jurassic Avatar.
I got nothing to plug right now. All I'm going to say is just if you want to go to Brick World, go. I highly recommend it.
Nice.
It's a really great time. Last year was my first time with like the full pass, and it was great. So this year I plan on actually like interacting more with the boys, which I didn't do last year. So I'm excited for that. Meeting everybody, Osip, Coop, Maul's Vengeance, Shreddy if he's there. So that's gonna be fun.
There you go. Mark, besides your Animal Crossing Island, what else?
Well, you can actually check that out Wednesday nights on Brick World Crossing at 11 p.m. And we also do Think Outside the Blocks on our YouTube channel, Brick World events. Sunday nights at 7 p.m. So check us out. We hit a great milestone this year by getting 1,000 subscribers. But it's been quite a few months, and we're only at 1,030. So please come by, check us out Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Central on the Brick World YouTube channel. And, you know, Brick World Chicago is coming up. So if you're not registered, get registered now. Yeah, that little shindig. Besides that, yeah, thanks for having me on tonight. Appreciate it. I mean, I know I'm playing Animal Crossing while I'm
also saying no to
guest,
me a lot, but yeah,
and say yeah. No, I just need people to check Discord, man. Like I can't keep up with the text, Discord, email, Instagram messages. It's like all Brick World planning should go through Discord. So I gotta know what I need to know. So yeah, thanks again.
Austin.
So yeah, I used to have a little Instagram page called Austin's Bricks. Same thing as YouTube. Now I also have a show once a week called The Brick Connection. It's fun. Also, I'm going to be doing an after-hour show immediately after this.
Oh,
nice.
We better end so you can get to that.
No, it's no rush. But yeah. And also, if you're not registered for Brick World, you should have done that yesterday.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, I mean, you know, as if you need to plug, but go for it, sir.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a YouTube. I don't do YouTube videos, but I love watching you guys. So that's why I do on YouTube. But yeah, Whatnot, Instagram, and TikTok are the 3 that I do.
Use code Maddie on theorystavers.com.
Oh yeah, there we go. I gotta start plugging that.
Yeah, that was hot. I saw
We're
that.
gonna meet him next month.
Oh really? Dude,
Yep.
no way. Where are you meeting him at?
Cleveland.
Sweet. Is there like a list of all the different conventions he goes to?
I'm not sure. He just kind of hit me up on Discord. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to your town. You want to be there?" I'm like, "Okay."
Dude, that's sweet.
There you go. Maul representing Girth Log. Yeah. So if you're registering your badge for Brick World, I don't even know if
Girth.
Not that I have to run it by Mark, but Mark, we're all gonna have Girth Log as our log this year. So
all good.
Thank you.
GRTH log.
I'll run it by the coordinators.
Yeah.
there you go. But Maddie's being modest, guys. Look, if you are looking for anything Lego Star Wars, hit up Maddie on his Insta. Watch him on his whatnot. He has everything. Has exit. Coop is another.
I got it from Maddie,
time
man.
Let's go. Which
satisfied
one
customer.
is that?
You
The
know,
Grievous and the Cad Bane and the one from last week, I think.
I mean,
Nice,
Maddie,
nice.
again, I'm not trying to fillet you and blow you up on here, but anytime anybody like sends me a flex on Insta or wherever or a text, they're like, check out this shit I just got from Maddie. So like, he's the guy if you need something high quality, on time, honest, reliable, all those good things. So go check out Maddie, primarily on whatnot, and we will get him to Brick World.
Speaking of the banners real quick, I should have about 20 to 25 banners coming in here over the next month or so. I actually just made a deal with this guy from Russia. So he can't ship them out of Russia. So he had to catch a flight to the country of Georgia. And then he's shipping his stuff to his buddy in France who has a PayPal that I'm paying him. And then he's shipping it here. So it's going to be a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. But they should be here the next few weeks or so.
Question, Maddie. Are you getting any OG like 99?
I like how 99 is OG. Go ahead.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mark and I had full blown
I'll have to
cubes
check.
by
If
99.
you shoot me a message on Instagram and whatnot, I can go back through and look at the pics.
Okay.
There's
I
a
was
chance
22 years old.
Because
Sorry.
I know they made like a couple from 99.
7-year cube
the Vader
haver.
one and then also the mall one. I can't remember if those are in there, but yeah, dude, those are sick banners for sure.
One. I've been wanting it for so long.
And there's like the OG Technic builds too. The OG Technic builds ones. That's cool.
Yeah, the B ones.
Yeah.
So basically, Maddie, I don't know if it's in that collection, but the things that nobody wants, like OT stuff, let me know.
There is some OT ones in there, and I expect those to go way cheaper than the Clone Wars ones.
I put them in the Discord. There's some ones from like Endor Bunker banners with PST.
Yeah,
looks pretty sick with
Dude,
the
if I could get a Bunks Banny, oh my god,
2009. So they're around somewhere. You just gotta find them.
Right. Well, hopefully Mother Russia delivers. Shout out to Putin. All right. That's it. All we got, guys. Tune in to Osif's Bricks immediately following for the post game show.
Here's the link. Put it in the chat.
I'm liking this round table at the end. I hope everybody's enjoying it.
I love it.
Yeah, good fun.
Keep it rolling.
Trying to volley it around, guys. It's hard enough hosting with one or two people, so I'm hoping that I'm passing the rock around as much as I can. With me being a motor mouth and all, but well, we talked about some themes we'd like to see. Keep the chat going. Keep the conversation going in the comments and on the Discord. Want to hear what you guys think, and it would be so cool if one of us was right one day. It'd be cool. So, for Brent from Brent's Bricks, for Stud Lake, for Coop, for Maul's Vengeance, for Rune, for Mark, for Osta, for Maddie, this is Sean the Right Way. This thing right here has been... I can't believe I got through all those names. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, good job, man.
I've had like 9 beers. It's pretty good.
Nice.
The champagne of beers.
I took tomorrow off. It's V-Day. You know what I mean?
Ooh, is this champagne of beers even?
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
A couple of brickheads. We'll see you right here next week. Enjoy your lives and peace.